Evening, everybody. Welcome. Here we are. It's Friday night, isn't it? What a long week. What a long week it's been, to be honest. Friday night, we're here. We're going to chill out, though. We're going to chill out. Everyone in the chat is going to chill out. It's good. We've got Sunderland on the go. We obviously edited a bit of that this week as well, didn't we? We put a little bit up on YouTube, so do let me know if you went and had a little watch of the highlights video. Let me know what you think. It's just nice to get some bits and pieces out, to be honest. We've done some Villa stuff as well. But the most important thing we have to do, however, is, of course, save Sunderland. And that's what we're going to do tonight. So let's jump in and see what's going down, shall we? Here we go. Welcome in, everybody. So, of course, as everyone's here. Evening, Cos of Bob. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Of course, Dollarman and D. Evans Had a bit of a back and forth in the old tees and weir, which is fine. It was Lulu Busters in as well, so nice to see everyone. As you say, the schedules looked interesting, hadn't it, in the run up to this fixture here. So we went on a bit of a barren run. Right now, we went 9 games without a win, which was terrible, to be honest. Really, really bad. 4 defeats on a row was really bad. That meant that we were getting a little bit insecure, to be honest, in our job, and we started to think, well, maybe we'll abandon the 4-4-2, sorry, that we were trying to play with. We have mixed things up a little bit here, looking at the formation. So partly our problem, to be honest, a little bit of tactical infamiliarity, maybe. We then put a couple of friendlies in to try and get some morale up, because these matches here were winnable. This is what we wanted. So we beat Preston, Blackpool and Swansea 2-0, which is great. 3 back-to-back 2-0s, amazing. 1-1 draws against Wigan, not brilliant. Blackburn was a brilliant result though, 1-1 against Blackburn. We actually had 2 goals disallowed. It was proper shithouse football, like sit behind the ball, hit on the break. We should have won. And then 0-0 with Burnley, and just a classic like championship 0-0 match. 1 shot on target in the entire match. Amazing. So we got ourselves a little bit confident. We were like, oh, this is going to be fine. We're doing great here. Unfortunately, we sat too deep against these teams. So we got ourselves a bit like, yeah, let's sit back. It's going to be great. When we came to Luton and Huddersfield, we thought, let's attack them, because they're 2 teams that are sitting like below us in the league. We'll attack them. We'll go and get our wins. Forgot that if we attack teams who are sitting back to hit on the break like we're doing, they hit on the break and they get wins. So we lost to bottom of the table Luton, of course, then we lost to Huddersfield as well. So that was a bit disappointing. So we've now got Cardiff, they're in 8th. We've got Birmingham who are in 16th, West Brom in 10th, Hull are in 2nd, Blackburn in 7th, Wigan in 23rd. That takes us up to the transfer window, of course. So gonna be interesting, I think. Obviously there's the World Cup in there as well, so we're gonna have to sort of like probably have players rested, which is quite good, which might actually help us a little bit. So we'll come back in there. Even nomadic striker, welcome in, hope you well. Guardiola's kicking off that Esbrand's not playing, which is fine, because he's just not really fitting in the system, to be honest. The system, the left back position, is kind of taken by Kirkin. Kirkin's having a great time, if I'm honest. So the fact that Esbrand's not getting in, I don't really want to destabilise that setup at the back. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. There's an issue with Corey Evans, apparently. Oh, unhappy with the squads. Oh dear. Oh dear. What's happening here? Let's have a quick look. You know what? Before we even do anything, let's clip that, because that's going to be now. Here's the thing. Right? I need to let you know about this. Okay. Apparently, it's not just me making it up here. Apparently, this is a concern. This is a known thing that they're looking at. Some of the confidence stuff is a little bit not quite in line. What's wrong now? What's wrong? We need to do something about the dressing room atmosphere. It's a chore coming to work. I mean, that's not, what we're supposed to do. Look, things will get better. Things will get better. There we go. Everyone's happy. Right? Very productive. You've got a bit of time off, lads. Anyway, none of you are going to the World Cup, so it'll be fine. Put your feet up. Watch it on the telly. Well, don't watch it on the telly, of course, because it'll be awful. Don't agree to watch the World Cup. Eda Wall, welcome in. Oh, no. We're not getting sacked again. Don't worry. We're not getting sacked again. It's going to be. We're just moving stuff around. It's going to be all right. I think we've fixed ourselves. We were in trouble at one point. I'd say we just before the start of the stream. We went 9 games without a win. 4 back-to-back defeats was awful. But we swung it round. And bear in mind, we aren't expected to get relegated, right? So we're out of the relegation zone. So at the minute, nothing to be concerned about. Plus, as I keep having to say it 1,000,001 times, it's the beta. It doesn't matter. This is not a long-term save. This is literally just getting used to how the game plays, letting you all have a little look at it and see what's going on. So that's all the beta is for. It was funny when we got sacked at Arsenal after a couple of games. That was funny, but that's what everyone wanted. Everyone wanted to see a sack in early doors. Completely fine. Bigger is the time to get sacked, if anything. Exactly, Walt. Yeah, exactly. When the game's not finished, because the game is not finished at this point. Remember, this is not a finished game. This is just the current version that is still in development and still being tweaked as we speak. So when it comes to the 8th of November, the version that's released will be better and it will be different and things will work in a different way. So don't worry. And also, just I will still get sacked in the proper version, so don't worry about that as well. That's also something to keep in mind. Sunderland always matter. I'm with you, Dan, D. I get you. So let's see then. So we're gonna go. So we're at home to Cardiff. I think we go back to balanced because I can't see them. Realistically, we want to be moving Pritchard back possibly to sit a little bit deeper, but we'll start like that. We'll start in our sort of positive shape. What else are we looking at changing? Anything? Nothing. So you've got loads of players that are injured. That's the problem, injured and players out of form as well. So not really ideal. There we go. Dan Neal's back fit now as well. I've seen two. When was it? You remember Mr. Diz got sacked at Anderlecht. Beautiful. And this is the thing, there's going to be plenty of managers get sacked at this point of the game, and completely fine. Everyone wants to get sacked now when it doesn't matter. The thing is, our main save that we're doing this year is going to be a hard save, so there probably will be some sackings again, but it's just part and parcel of the game, isn't it? If you're not getting sacked, then you've clearly just downloaded tactics. Simple as that. I went there. You've got to embrace the sack. It's all about realism. Then get your realism on, But yeah, there you go. So Cardiff's currently sat 8th. We're currently sat 18th. Excuse me. Corner coming in for Cardiff. Early doors. It's headed in the net. Andre. It's not a great start. Yeah, it doesn't quite get him, does he? Who's marking him there? Pritchard. Okay, I'm guessing not the right option there, but never mind. Recommend your British Steel Challenge to a mate who likes stuff like that. He's going to do it. Oh, excellent. Nice. I'll be interested to hear how they get on, because it's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal, that one. It's an absolute one. You've literally got one save all year and that's it, because of how long it's going to take you. But I'm looking forward to it. Genuinely, I'm looking forward to it. It's right up my sort of street, that sort of thing. Start from the bottom, journeyman, no badges, just see what happens. Pick some teams that you've probably never come across before, never managed before, and just go for it. And yeah, I think we're going to get some great stories out of it. There's going to be some highs. There's going to be a lot of lows. I know that for certain. And yeah, we'll just see what happens with it. Oof, Pritchard going close to the free kick there. I do find as well, for anyone who's now got the beta, let me know what you think about it. But I do find this match momentum shift is really, really difficult to manoeuvre. It feels like playing PvP, in the fact that if you've got anyone who sort of gets an inch, then you're struggling, And as well, what we have worked out is that pivots are a thing. Pivots are a big thing. Thoughts on Darlington second in the league? Good. Very good for Darlington being second in the league. I must admit, I've not seen a lot of football so far, so I can't comment upon their performance or how they're getting on. But if they're second, I'm guessing things are going pretty well. To be honest, that's my expectation there. Well, that's kind of what I've inferred from that. So it's great. To be fair, I want Darlington to do well. I genuinely want Darlington to do well, because especially everything they've been through in their history, it would be nice to actually get them some sort of positivity. That'd be good. But yeah, if it's not going to be that, then it'd be a shame. Tweet that light, see if that's going to make us look a little bit nicer. There you go, that's a bit better, isn't it? Right, try Hume, still doesn't quite get the ball through. Heads up, Danny Bath pumps it up over the top. Get a second ball, boys, come on. Seen some amazing assists outside of the boot through balls. Yes, absolutely nomadic striker. There's been a few cracking animations with things like that. Which of course, as you know, if you listen to the Football Manager show this week, then you will have heard us talking to Nick Madden, who of course is the man behind the match engine. So we've spoke to him about it. And yeah, definitely some improvements, to be honest. Right, you know what? Let's take Roberts off. Roberts is normally doing well, but great pod, by the way. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. You know how to butter me up, don't you? Appreciate it. If you haven't listened to it, by the way, the Football Manager show, of course, came out on Wednesday. Great. Stewart's come on and has automatically gone straight off injured. Fuck. Oh, I mean, talk about timing. Feel free, of course, to clip that, because that's just typical, isn't it? That's just absolutely typical. I don't know why we're tweaking anything when it's clearly going to be a goal here from free kick, isn't it? No, well saved. Ball's cleared away. See him play for set pieces as well. See if that's going to work. G the boys up a smidge. Yeah, I do feel as though literally every change you make does actually have an impact now. Whereas before, like, you know, when there's sort of certain things you change, you go like, do I actually think this makes a difference? Like, this genuinely feels like everything makes a difference now. Let's try and push up for the last few minutes. Here's Sims. Ahmed. Diallo goes wide in for Sims. Gets a touch on it. Can't believe it's not gone in. Can't believe it's not gone in. Oh, Dave Goodger, welcome in. Welcome in, buddy. Absolute pleasure to see you. You're on mute but watching for them in the dressing room. Oh, okay, nice. The dressing room drama has unfolded. We're okay. We think we're okay. Don't know what's I don't really know why that's happened, but not happy that it has. Right, let's put Jack Clark in there. It's just typical, isn't it? It's just typical. I think the thing is, I think we have said though, there is a known issue with the confidence in the beta. So we'll see if that works in real life and how it changes. Actually, if I have Lyndon Gooch playing up front. Oh, pushing on, we're being caught. Typical. This is the thing, when you can watch these games now and you can see when you're pushing, when you're trying. I mean, look at that, 11 shots to their 9. We've tried to get it going, but unfortunately it's just not been enough. Here comes Lyndon Gooch. Bullied off the ball as well. Clearly tired. Sims, try Hume up top. Ahmad gets nowhere near it. Yeah, I think we're gonna be stuck now. This is another 2-0 defeat, sadly. So I actually think it's our third 2-0 defeat in a row as well, which is rather worrying. But never mind. We pushed. You know what I mean? Look at that. 11 shots to 9. That was dreadful, that. You know. Ross Stewart coming on and then getting injured straight away and going straight off. I mean, that's a worry. That's a big break. And he's out for 7 weeks as well. There you go. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. It never rains, it pours. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the thing here. This couldn't be any more Sunderland. This couldn't be any more Sunderland. Once again, we've gone from being really strong to just faltering again. But you know what? Let's try that one. See if we can go differently. Playing with, this is a formation I'm using, which I'm using at Villa at the minute. So it's, the idea is that it's you soak up the pressure and you hit on the brake. It's exactly what we're trying to do here, but how it's going to work in this match engine now, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We might have to change things up a little bit. So we shall see. We shall see. So Andre Wisdom's injured again, so we'll see how we get on. Let's say Birmingham next, so we're going to find out what happens. Corey Evans says he wants to potentially leave at the end of the season. I mean, that's going to be an issue, right? It's going to be an issue. But if you want to go, you can go. Can't stand anyone's way at this point. Like, we haven't really got enough players. Well, you know what? We don't really have much bargaining power, to be honest. Like, someone's going to come at you and go, you know what, Gaffer, I want to leave because we're not doing very well. You sort of go, yeah, that's reasonable, actually. that's fine. I guess you're right. There's not much we can sort of like say like, no. You've got this all wrong. You know. So, okay, so they're counter-attacking as well. But if we sit, yeah, I reckon we could be fine. Gonna keep it balanced. Let's try it. It's all we can do. All we can do is try. Do you know what I mean? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So, you know, this is what the beat is for. Trying things out, trying out some new formations, trying the tactics, seeing how the match engine plays. You know, seeing which teams we're not going to manage ever again. Arsenal. Can't stay mad at Sunderland. I can't stay mad at Sunderland. Can't stay mad at Villa either, to be honest. I'm trying, but you know, we are getting there. Evening, speaker Villa. Evening, FM Rage. How are you? Welcome in. Got a match against Birmingham City to come up now, mate. You'll be happy with that one. Playing F1 Manager with Williams tonight. Nice. See, I've downloaded F1 Manager, right? But I haven't played it. I had a quick little look at it. And I was like, you know what? Let's see if we can get it. But, yeah, I'm just not really got into it. Partly time, I think, more than anything. It's partly time. The F1 Manager didn't understand it. I mean, look, that's part. To be honest, Nomadic Striker, I could say that about Football Manager. I don't think I'm coming across very well with understanding how Football Manager works. So, of course, we've got a Brazilian player on trial, haven't we? Forgot about that. Where is he? Where's Philippe Arunana? Now, is he someone that we can actually bring in, though? That's the question. German. Yes, he does have a second nationality. Excellent. Right, let's have a quick chat with his agent then. What are they reckoning? That's fine. Where did he play last year? Reading. wants to play defensive midfield as well. That's good. Right, oh, okay, so he can't, so he's not going to get a work permit then. Is that the issue? Is he not going to get a work permit? Doesn't look like it. That's going to cost us money as well, isn't it? Would struggle to be deemed a player of high enough standard to get a work permit even after appeal. Brilliant. Okay, fair enough. He's gone then. He's gone. Just come off FM23 in the middle of a big video for YouTube. Going to be a banger. Excellent. Oh, looking forward to it. Corey Evans out for 2 months. This ship, man. This ship's made of glass, isn't it? This is Sunderland right now. This is proper Sunderland. Look at the amount of players we've got injured now, right? Where is it? Where's the medical centre? Okay, here's our players. Corey Evans is out. Ross Stewart's out. Niall Higgins is out. Andre Wisdom's out. Like, come on. And they're out for a while as well. This is the thing. They're out for a while. So Corey Evans is gone. DLP now. Do we consider Quaresma as the DLP? Because technically all he has to do is pass the ball, right? He doesn't really have to do much defending. Or do we put Mishu there? You know what? Mishu can do it. Quaresma can come on and change the game if needs be, because Quaresma hasn't played for a while. And yeah, things were going well without him, so maybe we don't put him in. Right, there we go. Let's go for this then. It is the Sunderland way. It is, isn't it? It's absolutely the Sunderland way. Just like start to get a bit ahead of steam about you, and then just go, oh, you know what? Yeah, injury time now. Like, oh, for fuck's sake, you kidding me? Got the bad results as well, and then you're in the mud. So yeah, let's see what we can do then. So this is the idea. So this tactic is meant to, when I use it with Villa, we sit back, we soak up pressure, we hit on the break, beat Chelsea 4-1 at home with it. Brilliant. Whether of course it's going to work with Sunderland is going to be a different matter entirely. Because of course this is the thing with tactics, isn't it? Different tactics for different teams. Players aren't going to be the same players. Skill sets are different, but the mentality of the how it works, the theory behind how it works, is the same. There's only 2 points. There's only 2 points separating us and the bottom three. It's super tight. This is like proper championship, isn't it? I think is it Luton or Swansea at the bottom? They're completely cut adrift at this point. Hang on, look, Swansea on 6, then Wigan on 14, Luton, Millwall, Huddersfield all on 18, Blackpool 19, then of course ourselves and Preston on 20. That's a free kick, surely. Apparently not. Sims tries to get up. Sims doesn't bother getting up, actually. Right, so Sims isn't really challenging for much. What's Sims doing? Bring us a DLP, see if he can come back a little bit, see if he's going to do something there. He's meant to be able to play as a target man, but he's having none of it, isn't he? Even Lama, exactly. Never liked Arsenal anyway. Up the Mackhams. Here we go. Hope you're well, Lama. Nice to have you in. Of course, big shout for Lama. In fact, we're not gonna shout Lama per se on Twitch. He's not a massive Twitch user, but he is in charge of the manager's seat. So I would absolutely recommend you go and have a little look for that over on YouTube. Oh, What a soft penalty to give away. What a soft penalty to give away. Deeney slams it home. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. I can't believe it, actually, that's the thing. That's the kind of... Ian Rich, how are you, buddy? Mackems are the Mackems. We're doing exactly what you'd expect. We're struggling. Kirking from distance. It's a bit of a bottom of the table off, Llama, which I'm sure you're not surprised to hear. Passing's not been good enough. We need to do something, don't we? Right. You get Patty Roberts in the game, so let's move these two up, actually. Right. Easy now, Rage. Pack it in. The only reason I'm getting tired now is because it requires me to push a button. Bottom half from home, bottom half is home from home. Yeah, exactly. Likewise. Yeah, no, this is not football Twitter around here. Already had to stomp on a couple of things. Just go back to the Mad Scientist 92-93 database with Milan. Oh, Deeney does it again. Ballard's just caught out, and he's just been allowed to roll him. Okay. We're just not having it today. It's just not working. So yeah, once again we've ended up with 4 defeats and a bounce. Diallo, that'll do. There we go. A little bit. Is that something back? It's definitely something back. You're not using wide men because they're not performing in FM. No, I'm not using wide men, Llama, because the ones I've got are shit. That's the problem. That's the problem. The ones I've got aren't good enough. Patty Roberts is good, but I've not really got much on the other side. I mean, in fact, if we change it now, actually, Jack Clark can come on now because he's probably worthy of a run out now. But yeah, it's mainly been that problem, to be honest. We have struggled a bit. Post-patch thing. To be honest, I've not noticed much of a post-patch issue because all the problems I had in the patch anyway. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's changed for us, to be honest. Evening RC, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, Bennett will be good eventually. Yeah, I think he's just a little bit too young right now, isn't he? Which is obviously not a slight on him. But it's just that thing. And if we need someone right now, then we need to get someone right now. Championship teams using 3-5-2. Agreed. To be fair, Llama, we've gone and done a thing that I didn't normally like. We played with a 4-2-3-1. You know what I think about 4-2-3-1. We've been playing with that. We won a couple of games with it. And then we sort of had to defend a little bit. I think the players have then forgotten what the 4-2-3-1 did. So we need to go back to that and try and get the mentality up a little bit more. Bit of tactical familiarity. Thankfully the World Cup's coming in at just the right time, so we can get those players rested. Do a bit of almost pre-season training again, essentially. See, I started with a 4-4-2. I wanted that as well. But as with all things, Llama, what I want and what the game wants are two very, very different things. But I've been experimenting with a low block counter attack style, so in an offline save. So we'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on. There you go. We gave our all. We gave our all. We'll keep fighting. 3 points away from that bottom 3. So, okay. I mean, to be fair, the board expected us to lose, so we did exactly what we were asked of by the board, really. "28 days now till the next game against West Brom, so we've got quite a bit of time to try and get these sorts of things ironed out. Let's sit and rebuild another tactic. So we get another tactic built. 7 now without a win. It's not ideal. It's not great. Job stable. That's fine. Avoid relegation from the Championship. Disappointed. We're not in the bottom 3. Like, do you know what I mean? We're not down yet. We're not down. So we'll try and work that out. But yeah, quite a bit of time to kick back and chill and work out what we do while the World Cup's on. In fact, here's a question, chat, right? What would we do with regards to training at this point? Do we spend our time doing like sort of just endurance and strength and just keep our players' fitness, or do we try and build a new tactic while this while this sort of like free time's there, and then we and use like a whole bunch of tactical familiarity training? Is that something we do? Get the agent to try and sort that one out. Right, you can play. Check the rest, your intensities, and think people overtrain. Yeah, probably, especially if everyone's knackered. That's a decent idea, actually. So yeah, so I've plugged a sort of pre-season training thing in. So maybe we do take some of that stuff back. Schedule a bit more rest and recovery in, maybe. Just top bar entirely on rest, do you reckon? Yeah. So I'll take out all this endurance and resistance and stuff out as well. This is one of the bits. One of the bits that I'm not particularly good at is training, because I think of it more like in terms of like my own training. You know, like in mind, overall load intensity, especially when pre-season, got a few local friendly games in as well. Look up, was there's loads of rows of options. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So yeah, so I just put everything onto rest for now. Yeah, I've got a lot of players, so this is all normal intensity at this point. But yeah, everyone's knackered, aren't they? That's the problem. Get some local friendlies in. That's not a bad shout. So, okay, so if we take everything down, so we basically, if we highlight all these and then put them on what? Half intensity? Can we do that? We can't, can we? There is a way of selecting them all, isn't it? There we go, half intensity for the lot of them, yeah. Up to you, I don't understand why people train players when they're fatigued. Yeah. Kirkin gets a holiday, apparently. You know what? Fine, if you want a holiday, go and have a holiday. Give him a rest. Also, who else has been knackered as well? Ballard, isn't it? Ballard's been absolutely done in. I think he's already gone. I think he's already left. If you bought players for your tactic advisor, train the tactic, defend, etc., to get familiar with it. If your players are not your own, do what you want. Well, this is the thing. Zan United. We obviously haven't had a massive transfer overhaul. We've only bought 3 players in ourselves. Charisma, Esbrand and Wisdom. Esbrand, of course, isn't really playing, so he's probably going to end up going back, to be honest. So we're going to have another, if we look at the actual team, lots of emerging players, very few players currently playing at their peak. So in terms of experience, we don't have a lot of experience on the side. Players like Bailey Wright, possibly not really doing a great deal. Danny Bass there, of course. Luke O'Nine's in. He's not really getting a great deal of time. Ross Stewart, Gooch, Wisdom, Pritchard. But yeah, there's a lot of emerging talents and then so these really younger players. So I don't know, are we lacking a bit of experience? Maybe. Looking overall at the team, there's not a lot of squad depth, is there? Do you know what I mean? There's not a lot of squad depth. The players are only as good as the players are. Like when you're playing Andre Wisdom at right back, that's an issue. I just think we're lacking a bit of quality. So I'll tell you what, let's... Not entirely sure what happened there. I think we dropped out a second. So welcome back, by the way, if you're still here. Apologies for that. I don't know what's happened there. The old OBS crash has just happened again. So that seems to be a thing these days. It's happening more and more. So apologies for that. So the plan is going to be try and have a little look for maybe a centre half to take a bit of the pressure off the defenders, and then also a striker as well, because we need to start scoring some goals, to be honest. Don't curse your internet, Bob. It's OBS. It's OBS that's the issue right now. So for some reason it decided to cut me off and then go again. So that's sort of where we are. So apologies for that, everyone. Apologies. As I say, let's take a look. I mean, players like Dominic Iorfa, that would be good. That would be good, but I don't really think we've got the budget for that. So we're very good. We're very good. Thank you, European Football Analysis. We're very good indeed. It's nice to have you in. How are you? That's the question. How are you? Hope you're well. So let's take a little look here then. So Christian Geischke has already gone off somewhere else, so we don't need him. Take him off the shortlist. Now he plays for Clermont Foot. Nicholas Fulkrug, we're never going to get him. He's £3 million. That was a suggestion that's not going to go anywhere. Robin Lodd, again, £10 million, not going to happen. Bio, now is he going to come? Is he going to come now? No, still not. Can't do it. Obviously, mid-season. Jidong Wong we looked at again. Evening Janu. Yeah. Datro Fofana, not sure if we can get him back. Yayo Sonogo, sadly we obviously can't get. Connor Washington we've already asked about, he's having none of it. Elijah Adebayo, it's expensive, so we might not be able to get him, but possibly we can try again. Louis Barry, of course, already out on loan. Joe Hugel we weren't convinced about. Ricky J. Jones, he's wanted as a permanent transfer, so probably can't get him, to be honest. Yoris Rahu, Algerian striker who seems like he's got a bit of ability, but I don't think he's going to get a work permit though, sadly. Can't imagine. Yeah, probably not going to get the work permit, sadly. So that's going to be a concern. Obviously, there's always a player from Southampton here as well, Kamari Simon Swire. So don't really know too much about him, so we'll have to see if he's any good. Currently wanted by Burton and Colchester, so I guess that gives you a bit of an idea. But I like this guy, Ibrahim Ndian. So we'll see if he becomes available for loan at some point this window. So we shall see. And then of course defence. Obviously we've got players there that we're never going to get because these guys are all not available, to be honest. So we might have to do a little bit of looking through the old transfer list as well, which I don't like doing, to be honest. But Daniel Jebison, someone that we looked at, he's on loan. He's from Sheffield United. 3 stars in terms of our team and stuff. Young, 19. Pacey, so decent acceleration. 15 for acceleration. Finishing's 15. Dribbling's 13. Off the ball's 12. I mean, he's an option. He's an option. I just wonder as well whether or not we need to have someone who can come in and hit the ground running. Do you know what I mean? Like, or whether we sort of like bring a youngster in and be like, okay, look, here's your time, have a go and see what you can do. I guess at the minute we don't have much option really, do we? Because there might not actually be anybody to bring in other than him, so we could be stuck. Great potential, 3-star. I think he was. I think he is definitely a good player for the future, and that's the thing, isn't it? Like, is it good player for the future? Is he good enough now to be the guy to bring in? Do you know what I mean? Or like, do we bring in another 3-star player now, or 2.5-star player now? Does that make sense? Like, I know it almost seems counterproductive to bring in a established 2-star player rather than a 2-star player who's still learning. But then again, ultimately, what do I know? I've had a bit of a scout of this guy on another save, so let's have a little look at Charlie McCann, see what he looks like in this universe. Because as well, we've obviously got to remember that we can only really buy players who are going to get work permits, so that's going to make it even more tricky for us to get people in. So, and we don't have anyone we can sell short term. Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, short term. So sometimes it's not about players that I want, it's about players that I'll need. So I might have to go with a slightly older striker who knows what they're doing, who can bang us a couple of goals, rather than taking a risk on a youngster who might get us a couple of goals, you know? But you never know. Apocalypse UK, welcome in, appreciate the follow. I thought you were already following before, to be honest, but obviously decided officially now that that's what's going to happen. Unless of course Twitch has been playing silly buggers again. Also, your older strikers, good mental attributes, can be a mentor. Yes, even if they are only short term as well. Went through a bit of an unfollow streak and must have done some channels by accident. That's fine, don't worry at all. Yeah, Lulu Buster's done the same apparently. So, so welcome back in, Lulu Buster. Right, so okay, so here we go. Right, so this is our 4-2-3-1. Then this is what we're going to be going back to. Right, so bit of tactical familiarity then on this, I reckon. Pull that defensive line back down again. I think we don't need to be up that high, particularly if we're struggling. So we go into training again. Got a calendar. Let's change this out then. So we want to go for. So is there a way of? There's not even a way, is there? I want to get that for tactical familiarity. Yeah, tactical. Yeah. So double tactics. You know, just literally work on tactics this week. Yeah, all about tactics. Sportsman, can you podcast again there, Tony? Starting to find your rhythm with RDF? I think so, Sportsman. I'd appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying it, by the way. Yeah, I think we are starting to find our feet a little bit. I think we're only, 3 weeks in now? And yeah, you can certainly tell the difference, even from episode 1 now. I think there's definitely a slightly different vibe on it. So yeah, I'm glad you picked up on that. I'm glad you're still enjoying it as well. So as I say, thank you for the support there. Now, we were saying before about like sort of players coming in that you don't maybe necessarily want to have, but it is experience. We do still have Scott Sinclair on trial. And I know every Sunderland fan in the chat hates the fact that Scott Sinclair is still here on trial, and I understand why. I absolutely understand why. But we just need to think, don't we? We need to think. And I don't think we discount it straight away. I'm gutted that we can't get Yaya Sino will go through the door. You can't get a work permit, so that's terrible. That would have helped us out a treat, to be honest. Vontae Daly Campbell, he's already on loan, so we can't get him. Nathan Ferguson, they're saying get him in absolutely. Scott Sims-Lair, not bothered too many other things in the world to worry about. I like that. I like that approach. Marcel Lavernier, he's not much better than what we've got, is he? Swindon, Kieran Freeman. Again, there's a lot of fullbacks here, which is fine. We probably do need a fullback. Probably do need a right back as well, actually. Dominic York would be great. No chance of getting him. Just don't have the money for him. But again, we're living in a world now where I'm sitting there going, you know, it'd be great, Dominic Iorfa. It's not a thing, is it? It's not a thing that anyone really says. Start watching the full 82 World Cup. First 2 matches down. Brazil versus the Soviet Union tonight. Okay, excellent. Instead of 4-4-2, I'm doing your own version of 4-2-2-2. Excellent, RC. Nice. How's it working? Is it working or is it not? Teo Edun looks all right, doesn't he? 3 stars. You know he doesn't. Now I've had a look. Actually, maybe tackling 13, work rate 16, determination 16, aggression 16. He's a bit. Actually, for 24, maybe he needs to be a little bit better, doesn't he? Concentration, composure, decision making is not brilliant. Vision's not ideal either. Sonny Bradley there, 31-year-old centre back. Again, wouldn't necessarily be the worst person. Well, binds up opponents though. Acceleration of 7. It's just not. It's not what we need. Joe Williams plays simple passes, winds at opponents, tries to play his way out of trouble. He's handy enough, isn't he? He is handy enough. Doesn't look like he's got any interest in leaving though. Fred Onyened. No, not happening. Can't pronounce his name. Ryan Ledson. Now we're talking. Tries killer balls often. Dictates tempo. Tries to play his way out of trouble. Dives into tackles. Classic DLP there. Vision of 15. Passing of 13. Work rate of 16. He could be what we need. 15 grand wages, out of contract in the summer though, so maybe for a long term. Rich Owens in with 18 months. My Rich Owens. It's wonderful. It's wonderful, mate. I genuinely appreciate all your support. Big shout, of course, for Rich Owens. If you're not already doing so, why are you not following him? And why are you not following Football Manager Therapy? Go and get that into your ears every single Tuesday. They have returned. The group have returned. I'm not saying the lads have returned because it's a group now. Rich, Jebaru, FM Girl, Alice, United City, Kev, all in. The first episode came back out on Tuesday, and you know what? It's really, really good. It's really good. So go and have a listen to it. They've done a fantastic job getting that first episode done. So go and give them some support, give them some love, and make it happen. Make it happen. Wait for episode 101, mate. I'm. You know what? I've subscribed genuinely. Like I didn't have to before because it was my podcast, but I have now. As a listener, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. So there you go. You've won yourself a listener, Rich. You know, that's what you need to do. Alfie Jones, Paul playing centre half. I like the look. You know what? Do we spend some of this weight? We don't have a ball playing centre half, but actually, if you've seen Bust the Nets thread on Twitter this afternoon, ball playing centre halves apparently are a thing in this year's match engine. In this current match engine, we should say. So. If you get a chance to have a look at one, have a play around with one, do so. Ender Stevens is available as well. He used to be at Villa. Obviously, you can't get him in for that price. Emil Reese, 15 for finishing, 15 for acceleration, 17 for long throws as a forward. I don't know why he's throwing it if he can head it as well, but he's playing a lot though, isn't he? So he's not going to come to us. Ryan Bennett's still out of contract. Why did we not sign him? Was it a pace thing? I think it was that acceleration issue, wasn't it? I think we bring him back in again and have another look. Because I think sometimes, particularly in this instance, beggars might not be choosers. Reese hasn't been good for you, has he not, D? Okay. D, was it you that sent me the list of players that you bought earlier on Twitter? I can't remember if it was yourself or whether it was someone else had done it. So just trying to sort of get a bit of a gauge on it at this point, because we don't really have any money at all to spend. So I mean, Ryan Bennett, they're saying Ryan Bennett is like, he could come straight in. I almost feel like we should. It was yourself. I thought it was yourself. Right, let's pull that back up then. Let's have another look at what you sent me. Right. Because I think there's definitely something in there, isn't there? But again, I think finances is going to be part of the problem because we don't got no money anymore. So I'm scrolling. It was earlier in the week, wasn't it? So here we are. Yes, right. So Embleton out, Matete out. In was Reese, who we've literally just looked at up front. So nothing up front and 4 million over 4 years. Fatswoo. Who's Fatswoo? On loan. This guy from Sporting Lisbon. Garnet. How did you get a work permit for him? You got him on loan. Okay, let's pop a scout on him and see what they're saying. $2,000. No. Right, okay. Who got him? Marconedes. See, you're paying like £1 million for players, and I don't know where I'd get that money from. I'd have to obviously do on the old never innit? Put that money up front and be like, well, we'll pay that over 72 years. Paddy Lane. I can already hear Mrs. J singing Penny Lane in her head. Reasonable. You got him for £0. Again, I'm interested to see how your wheeling and dealing happens here. Harrison Burrows, posh boy. Excellent. Wanted by Bournemouth. Okay, nice. Gullikson. I think we looked at Gullikson, didn't we? Did we look at Gullikson? I've looked at Gullikson before. He's a Storm's Godset. Right, okay. Ben Sheaf, we like and we know about Ben Sheaf. Again, you spend a fair bit of cash, mind. You know, £4 million here, £1 million there, £2 million there, £2 million here on Ben Sheaf, Vinato, Samuel Vinato. Not. Again, you've got foreign players coming in who like clearly don't have work permits either. There's Vitino. Now, which Vitino, though? Vitino from Burnley, maybe? Or Vitino from Al Ettifaq? Possibly Vitino from Burnley. How you manage that, I've got no idea. But well played. Well played. Sunderland fan here, hoping we're in safe hands. Pickers, I would love to say that. But, yeah, you're kind of in the hands that you expect to be in, to be honest. You got 10 million for both Embo and Matete. Oh right, okay, yes, you actually got some cash. That'll be it. Yeah, we don't have that just yet, do we? So at the minute we're still working on our 50 grand transfer budget. So who knows? We shall see. We're not paying anything there for his wages. He's literally getting out. Right, we're not spending any monthly contribution on him. We'll pay you £5 grand for him, but we're not doing that. Was a Fock loan paid on wages. Okay. Yeah. this is my thing. See if I can get them on. If I can get them on, like no sort of if we don't actually have to pay anything monthly contribution, that's fine. Just wages, I'm all right with that. So, Sportsman, has the links changed for FMT? It's still showing as episode 99 on YouTube, and Spotify has 100. No, Rich hasn't put the YouTube video up, I believe. So, I think classic Rich. It is definitely out. It's definitely out on Spotify and Apple Music though. So I listened to it the other day. It's very, very good. It's very good indeed. No one's does seem this year a lot of teams want monthly contributions on loans. Yeah, I think it was a bit of a thing last year as well about Zara, but only in certain divisions. Like certain teams were fine, and they were like, you know what, we're not really bothered. In fact, to be honest, I think they're playing a bit hardball, so which makes sense. You know what I mean? Look at him; he's playing for them as well. He's played 18 games, and he's good. So why would they not want that? But he's also out of contract at the end of the season, so let's hang in there for now. Just see what the agent's reckoning. Right, we'll stall it for now, but maybe we'll see. Loch Ness Drogba is injured, believe it or not, pickers. Believe it or not. He came on and he got injured within seconds and is back out again for 7 weeks. So we've just reached the moment now where it's the World Cup. So thankfully we've got players that can get rested up, get themselves sorted. We can go again, sort of like focus our tactical knowledge, get ourselves dusted down, and like go right. Come on, now's the time to go. I'm from Washington originally, pickers. So born in Sunderland, originally from Washington, but I live down in York now. So I'm a Southerner essentially. So we figured we'd come and do a save at Sunderland. It's been the one that's obviously is elusive for us. We've tried it before, and then it's just not worked. We have to come back again and try and get the sadness again. Am I going to stream some World Cup matches? No, not at all. No, not a thing. And not at all on this game either. No, Rich, I've got no interest in the World Cup this year at all. Obviously, with the situations with where it is, the human rights record, the backwards views on same-sex marriages and relations, migrant workers. And I'm a Scotland fan as well, so. But as Rich says, what World Cup, you know. So not something I'm going to be looking at. I did ask as well when we went to Athletic. I was like, can we just confirm that I'm allowed my opinions on the World Cup? And they're like, that's fine. Yes, you can call it the International Murder Tournament if you like, but just don't get preachy. I was like, I'll try not to. Yeah, I got the second bit, Rich, once you said about in the save. Still no, especially if it's England. We might as well, because obviously we just need to sort of like move stuff on, try and get this save going. You know, unless we've got a stack of England players that are playing for Sunderland, then we have no vested interest in the World Cup at this point. Johnny's in. He's got the stream on while driving the UPS truck in Minnesota. # screw Qatar. Yes, that's what we like. Right, Scott Sinclair's trial's over. He didn't make it. Fankati Darbo. It sounds like someone who's struggling to say Fan Dabby Dozy and just Fankati Darbo. Yeah, that'll do. Well done. Yeah, Auntie June's had too many baby shams. Can't quite say that. Yeah, Johnny's trucking away. Andre Wisdom's out for another 7 weeks now. Like even while we're in pre-season training, even in Cambodia, welcome. Scott Sinclair on trial is very TJ. Mate, it was like there was literally no other options. It was just like, we need somebody, and it turns out that Scott Sinclair is technically somebody. And yeah, I think Ryan Bennett is also technically somebody. I think he is technically somebody. How much money have we got? We've got no money. We've got 56 grand and about 2 grand in the wage budget. And I don't think we're going to be able to get anything out of them. Like the board aren't going to be like, oh, here's some more cash, because also nobody is interested in buying our players. Not that we've tried to like sort of pimp anyone around either. We've kept ourselves quite quiet and been like, no, let's not tell them that we've got anybody for sale. But yeah, it's just been one of those. So Daniel Ballard's got acceleration of 12. Alessi's got an acceleration of 11. Danny Bath, acceleration of 8. And Ryan Bennett, acceleration of 9. 56 grand in a dream. Exactly. I got 56 grand in my pocket and the transfer window's open. That's the start of like a really bizarre country song, isn't it? Now, Scott Sinclair has left me. I don't know how to replace him. I brought in Ricardo Quaresma. He's not fit into my system. I look like an idiot now. Oh. Feel free to clip that, by the way. That's the moment that I think I've officially lost it. I think I've literally lost it. Oh dear. Yeah, maybe we do sign Ryan Bennett. Maybe we do. Maybe that's the thing. We just go, you know what? We need a striker. We bought centre half. Of course you have, Tony. Why would you not? Is Jack Clark shite? Not really. He's frustrating is what he is. He's frustrating because, right? Because he should be getting us loads of assists. Okay? Because look at him. He's quick, right? He's got us 1 assist. He's got us 1 goal. He started 7. He's been come off the bench 5 times. He's probably not getting as much game time as he needs. So maybe we put him in a bit more. He's got glimpses. You know, in this game, he's got glimpses as well. In this game, he's got glimpses. I think you're right. I think we do need to trust in Clark. I think Diallo's been the guy. He's been getting goals left, right, and centre. But he can't play up front on his own. That's the problem. Unless we play him as an advance, then obviously he changed Embledon to an AM on attack. Because the game likes double pivots now. This is the thing, right? And yeah, we don't have a double pivot. We have a single pivot. At best, is Clark inconsistent in real life? When he was young, he'd potentially be one of the best players in Europe. Really, was he that well thought of? I know he was like, I know people like really loved him, but I didn't realise he was that good or that sort of like impressive when he was younger. I've been very well, thank you, Cambodia. Very well indeed. Having a great time, just chilling, my man. You know, life is good. Life is good. I don't know what you've posted there as to links, but yeah, if you want to have a look at it, you'll need to pop it into the whispers. He was one of those genuine real life wonder kids. Watched him a lot. An awful first half against Rotherham, then scored a worldie. That's the sort of play we like, though, isn't it? We all like a player who's like that. Doesn't look great, and then like bang, balls in the top of the in the top corner. That's what you want. That's what you want out of a player. We're having to play a lot of players that's. I mean, like Try Hume's having to play at right back at the minute because Andre Wisdom's injured. Like, that's not a sentence you need to be saying, surely. Like, Luke O'Nien, obviously, we've put back at right back there, but again, he lacks bits. Like, he lacks crossing, lacks dribbling. His marking's not brilliant. His tackling's okay. Like, you don't really need to have you don't really want Luke O'Nien as your fullback if you can help it. We could potentially have him as the D. Could he play as the DM? Could Luke O'Nien play there then, where Matete is? But, I mean, obviously we'd rather have Matete, I'm guessing, but he could, couldn't he? Because he does put a shift in, doesn't he, Luke O'Nien? That's the thing. Yeah. I know Matete is better and like one of the real life guys in there, but I'm not sure. Potential issue with Quaresma. Doesn't feel as good enough to be a regular player. I mean, Quaresma, how do you not feel that? Right, if he wants to leave, he can leave. Quaresma's handed a transfer request in. O'Nien's a fantastic centre-back in real life. Can pick a pass as well. So what you're trying to say then is if we potentially... Let's accept all these offers now. Right, here's an idea then. Right, who wants to build a 3-5-2? Should we try that? Okay, let's try and build it. Okay, am I streaming tomorrow? Probably not, Cam Brody. No, it'd be. It's not something that we've thought about. So no, maybe not. Maybe not tomorrow. I don't think. Okay, let's try and have a look at 3-5-2 then. Right. Because they seem to be very, very popular in the Championship, right? Okay, lots of teams are playing this system, right? So yeah, so this is the thing, Cambodia, right? Two versions now. Two versions of a 3-5-2, okay? Let me quickly respond to this. Bless Mrs. J's just written back, just going, you can stream if you want. It's like, okay, thanks, Mrs. J. O'Nien isn't a DM, he'll get an instant yellow card. Disguise that. Disagree. O'Neill is fantastic, mind steady but not mind blowing. See, this is the thing. I think steady but not mind. Like I think he just works hard, gets the job done. You know, that's what I think Luke O'Nien can do, and that's what I kind of think. Like that's why I like him. Like he's honest. He's an honest footballer who just plays. So for me, that's good. But is it what we need right now? I don't know. Mrs. J wants a bit of peace. I think it's one of those, one of our programs is on, isn't it? Luke O'Nien, commitment guaranteed. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? She wants her stories. Yeah. Mrs. J, because obviously she's listening, so I'm like sort of going, oh, Luke O'Nien, steady but not mind blowing. Just like steady but not blind, steady but not mind blowing. The title of your sex tape. Thanks, Mrs. J. She's right as well. Same when my mum sent her husband and sons off to watch Sunderland, wanted everyone out of the house. Yeah. This is okay then. So here's what we're doing. So if we're going to build this sort of 3-5-2, then right. Is this how we want it? Do we want a DM, a DLP, and a box-to-box? What do our opposition play with? Let's have a look at that. Right. For example, like how did Birmingham set up then with this? Or Blackburn with this 5-2-1, 2-1-2 in it. That sort of system is what we need in it. No DM attacking mid, never. So you don't think that sort of formation? Because obviously like the double DM is like really, really strong in this match engine. I'm aware of that, and it would allow us to be very solid defensive, or better, more solid defensively. I think. Have we got good AMC? We've got Pritchard. Pritchard's a good AMC. He's been playing as our AP essentially when he gets on the ball. Patrick Roberts is a good AMC. He could fit there. It's a way of putting him in the game. He likes to drift out wide, so Roberts could go there. Then we could double that up there. So we've got a DLP and we've got a DM. But then again, if you just have double DMs, then you got something there. I generally play Patterson, Gooch. 09, Alessi, Bath, Kirkin, Evans. A front four of Clark, Pritchard, Roberts and Ross. They'll swamp the flanks. No 3-5-2. Yeah, because we're not really strong enough defensive now. That's the thing. I think we can almost look at something like that, maybe. Would that work? Prefer not to have three at the back to perform yet. Okay. That. And then all of a sudden you step into that, don't you? Which is just your 4-3-3, really. So that's how you get your bit of versatility. Weakness is letting in a lot of goals. Just try to score. Yeah, that's the thing. Like our weakness is we don't score enough goals, and we're well. I was about to say our weakness is we don't score enough goals and we concede lots. Yeah, that's the problem. Look at this. We've conceded 2 goals in our last 4 matches. So defensively we need to tighten up. So realistically we need to be more solid in defence. And if that now means looking at things like a Christmas tree formation, which would allow Matete to step up there if needs be. Roberts, sorry, to step there. Something like that. Again, we're going to be letting a lot of trying to defend gives no creativity, hence no goals. Yeah. That. I don't understand your TLs in the context of your shape, or team instructions in the context of shape. Yeah, I mean the team instructions obviously will change. This is just like we're just trying to get the shape first of all, and then get the instructions. Because you could theoretically play that and have that as an AP. So there's your double. 2. Actually, no, you want him as a centre midfielder on attack. So again, ignore the players. Just look at the shape and go, right, would that work? Again, that's got a lot of attacking options on there. Or even the support there. You know, so then you change all this around. So obviously, custom possession would come out. You'd have to change it to. To fluid counter attack or direct counter attack. I'm guessing, right? So do you know what I mean? Like that would all automatically. That sort of looks like a slightly different setup. And then if you wanted to, you could push it into a 4-2-3, into a 4-2-3-1 like that. Yeah. If we're getting the better of teams, or if not, we could do that and go 4-3-3. Does that make sense? Or again, have I got that thinking wrong? Is Llama still in the chat? That'll be, because I think as long as we've got these guys on attack duty, this guy here on attack duty, then that means that the ball will go forward to them. 4-2-3-1 is the go-to. I think it is the go-to at this point, to be honest. Do you remember Washington called the Oasis? Absolutely pick us in the galleries. Yeah, because so that's our 4-2-3-1 there, right? Can you make Matete tackle and Roberts create? We could. Your top player is very isolated, maybe a DLF. Thing is, if he comes back, if he comes down as a DLF, we need players to get in behind him, and I don't know if Roberts isn't going to get in behind him. But then Diallo is probably going to be replaced by Clark. So, because essentially you'd have that. I do 4-4-1-1 with 2 DMs, wingers help out the fullbacks that way. Yeah, I think, that's not a bad shout either. I think tell you what, everyone who's got an idea, ping it up in the Discord. There's a tactical thread in there. First decide if it's a back three or 4-2-3-1. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I think, well, the thing is, I think three at the back we're going to struggle with because we haven't got three good centre backs, is the issue. Right, so I'll tell you what, so with that 4-3, so let's have a look at this. So this 4-2-3-1, we're doing wing play, right? Have a look at Matete, of course you can, that's him there, right? Good stamina, decent at tackling, marking's not too bad, it's on 12. Links, welcome in, finally got a dollar back to the Football League, good work, great work Links, great work. Yeah, solid, isn't he? He's good, like for this level he's fine. So we can set him onto tackle. Yeah, so give him an instruction there to just tackle more, right? But certainly don't want to tackle, take fewer risks possibly. Just get him to sit where he is. Shorter position, shorter passing. We don't want him to be going in hard all the time because we don't want him to get bookings. But make it bittersweet though. Guess who came up with me? I'm guessing, is it York? Have York come as well? Or Gateshead, maybe? Or maybe Spartans, actually. Spartans and Darlow? Is Danny Bath crap? Danny Bath's an interesting one, right? Because Gateshead, up the heat. Best rolls ball in the midfield. Yeah, probably, but yeah, okay. So Danny Bath's not crap. He's not crap, but that's our concern because we haven't got a quick centre-half to play with him. But everything else is fine, and he's coming, and he's actually started to score goals as well. He's actually been the only player from our set pieces to score a goal, right? So that's an improvement. That's a really, really important thing to think. Definitely part of a three. So if, for example, we were, again, let's think of it here, right? So if he was part of a three, right, you'd have Danny Bath in there, in the middle probably, with Ballard and Aless either side of him, because Ballard's got a bit of pace, got a bit of acceleration. Aless has got a bit of acceleration, and then Danny Bath just sits in the centre like that. So that's how I'd see that working. So let me write this down. Okay, this is like TJ's tactics garage right now, isn't it? Like so Aless, Bath, Ballard. That's three. Yeah. Kirkin at left back. Okay. Either O'Nien, Gooch, Hume at right back, or Andre Wisdom. Let's not forget we've got Andre Wisdom coming back in 5 weeks. He's got acceleration of 12. Does dwell on the ball a little bit though. Does try and play as well trouble, so maybe an issue. So I mean, let's put Wisdom there for now, right? O'Nien for the heart alone. He loves it. He does love it, doesn't he? Like, he loves it, right? TJ's Tactics Garage, TJ's MOT's filters. I can fix this myself. It'd be great. O'Nien, right? Okay, so if we did that, right, then just kicking tires, just like, mate, it's fucked. It's fucked. Okay, so then are we having these as wing backs up high like that? And then are we putting Matete in here, for example, where Embleton is? Again, not to. Alright, yeah, so. I mean, that could sort of work. Corey Evans is currently injured. He's out for another 8 weeks. So again, he has been playing DM. So Matete has come in because Corey Evans is out. Dan Neal's been playing as our DLP. Other players capable of playing wide centre back. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say so because they're championship level players. I'll be honest, I've not used wide centre-backs, so I don't really know what I'm looking for in terms of wide centre-backs. So anyone who's used it, am I making it more difficult than it actually is? Possibly, Sportsman. Possibly. I think I'm overthinking it a little bit. That's defensive. That's offensive. Wing backs, not my centre backs. Oh, sorry, yeah. Wing backs. Try Hume can. And Kirkin can. He's quick, he can cross. His vision's not great. Hume again can get up and about. Acceleration 12, crossing of 12, tackling 13. Who are the best players under 30? Diallo, Clark, and Patterson. Ballard, Pritchard, Andre Wisdom. So that's the that's the abilities. That's the abilities. yeah. Ronaldo manages to get away with a lot when he's 60, doesn't it? You've been RDF'd, I reckon. Yeah, I think so. Like, I think I'm starting to look at this. I'm trying to not look at it like a game. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously we need to look at this as just a piece of football. But yeah, I think I am starting to struggle a little bit. I'd rather learn all this now than have to like worry about it later, you know. Right, are we sticking with, right, so this is the first sort of 4-2-3-1, sorry, that we started off. Are we sticking with that with going down the wings? That's the Sunderland way, innit? Get the ball out wide, cross it in, and go for it, essentially. That's what we want, right? Get the ball moving, low crosses, get the ball in the box. Centre midfielders that have on the defend duty, maybe a deal play link players, other DM can always set things up. Yeah, exactly. So that's on this one, isn't it? You're saying here about two 21st in the table, doing Sunderland till I die and Charlie Metvin proud. Yeah, of course we are. It's exactly what we're doing. Peter Reid, yeah, is good hard tackling. Exactly. This is right. Get stuck in. Right. Standard line, mid block. Try and stop the crosses. Fuck it, that'll do. Right. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Season 4 out soon. Yeah. Right, Embleton. Okay, Clark. Yeah, that's how it would be then. Yeah, it's a point. Yeah. It's season 3 now, isn't it? Season 3. Right, there you go. That's it. Let's just go back with that. 4 players up front, attack duty could get isolated. Okay, so turn him to support then, yeah. Or do we want Roberts on support as well? Just have Clark and Diallo up top. Yeah, sort of a Sunderland fan, yeah. Yeah, that's but it's fine, don't worry. Like, you know, it's all part of the part and parcel of the problems, isn't it, to be honest? You get used to it. You get used to it after a while. Bit of an issue with the past, but hey, we move on. Right. FA Cup games there. Metvin's out. Yeah. He was. Richardson's on loan from Burnley. Who's Metvin? He's gone. Move on. Yes, exactly. He's been and gone. He's not relevant anymore. So obviously we've got issues with Quaresma's going to be going, so that's a concern in a sense. Julian Sartori's still around though, still need him gone. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, this is the thing. There's plenty of. The problem with Sunderland is there's always still a problem. There's always a problem, even when things are sorted. There'll be a problem that just crops up. We'll be like, oh, all right, here we go again. This issue once more. Josh Knight, we wanted to get in, didn't we? But he's not on loan anymore. He was on the transfer list for a bit as well. Could have been someone we were looking at as well. Josh Knight. FA Cup third round trophy draw. Here we come. Harrison Burrows, of course, is one of Dee's recommendations. Harry Patton, 24-year-old Canadian. We've had a look at him. What did he do? He is English as well. Get you on a trial, mate. See what you're going to do. From Ross County, also known as the Sunderland way. Yeah, to be honest, this stream feels very much like the Sunderland way, just like how we deal with things in general. Because I always say there's the easy way, there's the hard way, and there's the Tony Jameson way, right? And that is basically the hard way, but just done more stupid. Charlie McCann, there you go. Charlie McCann definitely looking like someone that we need to be having a look at. DLP? I mean, poor Dan Neal's going to struggle, isn't he? If he gets moved out there. But if this boy's better, he probably is, isn't he? Passing, vision, first touch, finishing, composure. Just better, isn't he? Just better. Evening, only dad gamer. Enjoy the stream. How did you find the game? Just been watching RDF rage like mad. Yeah, I'm very much the opposite of RDF, to be honest. He kicks off and rages. I just sort of go like, oh, that's a bit shit, isn't it? That's a bit shit. Evening, exploding carrot. Welcome in. What do we think about this young lad? Do we think is he worth a shout, or do we just go for a bit of experience? Overall, Jebo's a legend. Okay, United fan possibly. 6'3" as well, mind. I need to look at McCann too. McCann's looks reasonable, doesn't he? 400 quid. 400 quid works for me. Scored against Everton, so I hate him. Wonderkid in the second year. Okay. So, oh, look at this. Branded. That's not really, is it? But, you know, where's Maja? Bring him back. Yeah, exactly. I mean, do we want to sit and watch the draw for the third round of the FA Cup, or are we already sat thinking we haven't really seen much on the stream tonight? What are you thinking? Should we just skip through it? Realistically, what we want is some like local school team. Just advance to the end. Luton away. Okay. Fine. See what's what. Harry Patton's going to come in and have a bit of a look around. I got recommended Alex Scott yesterday. Bristol wanted £10 million. It's a lot of money. Now let's have a look at Harry Patton then. In real life, it's Luton tomorrow. Well, fingers crossed then. Fingers crossed we get a decent result. We didn't get one in game, did we? We lost 2-0 here. Because, you know, that's how we do things. 2-0 defeats. I mean, look at this, man. Evans is out. Stewart's out. Giaco's out. Wisdom's out. Higgins is out. Matete's out. Players just like dropping like flies. Jefferson and McCann apparently both options to come in. Now, do we go for that deal with Ryan Bennett as well? Do we look for that or not? Right, so they're saying definitely worth having a look at. For old Jefferson. We played terrible against Burnley. Yeah, Burnley result was ridiculous. There's your Sunderland. There's classic Sunderland right there. 2-0 up. Lose 4-2. There's just, you can't really do any other way. It's the Tony Jameson way is what it is. As I say, this is literally why I think myself and Sunderland feel like we have an affinity here. Okay, so they're disappointed with the results on the pitch, but they love the transfers in the squad, so that's good. The border, well, the border where they are, C+, so we're not sacked yet. Supporters again disappointed with the matches as well. Ellis Sims not having a great time. Jefferson and Patton coming in. You have a thing for Canadians, I see. Are they both Canadians? Are they? I didn't think they were. I thought Jefferson was definitely was English, wasn't he? Where's our transfer set? Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. So 2 seconds. Oh, he does have a Canadian national. Okay. Well, the thing is, we've got Tim Hortons at Washington, so if anything, they'd be right up the street, literally right up the street. Yeah, that Patton lad came in just for a look around, didn't he? Don't know if don't think he's going to be good enough, to be honest. I think this Charlie McCann's going to be decent though, and I'm almost tempted to cancel Esbrand and send him back. Seen enough of Sunderland to know what will happen. Sure, we'll be fine by the end of the season, but at the same time we know exactly what's going to happen, don't we? Because we've seen enough of Sunderland to know what happens. We know how this story ends. Ross Stewart's wanted by Bolton. Do we take the unpopular decision potentially and cash in? Because he's out of contract at the end of the season. He could potentially give us a bit of money. What do we think? Have you got any how much do they want? Well, we'll see. He's only valued at 300 grand at the minute, so it's not a lot. So we'll have to have a bit of look around for him, but as long as we're above the dotted line at the end, yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. The squad plan is going to be great when we get into a long-term save, I reckon. Here it is, right? So he's out of contract in the summer. As I say, Bolton are interested. He's worth 100 grand. It's not a lot, is it? We'll have to see. Let's see what they come in with. Alex Pritchard's out of contract at the end of the season. We could do with keeping him. Danny Bath, Winchester, loads of youngsters as well, of course. Focus on the left back. Goalkeeper. Does goalkeeper really need to be focus? Things we're selling Ross at the end of the season. Sims goes back, leaves no strikers. Yeah, good point. Haven't managed to see any Sunderland content. How's it been going? It's been going exactly how you'd expect, Lieutenant Squirrel. Exactly how you'd expect. It's hard going. It's one of those. I don't know if goalkeepers is that. I don't know. I think that there's definitely other areas of the pitch we need to be looking at, but that's what the scouts are thinking, then fair enough, that's what they're paid to go and do. Right. Bring Ross Madger home. Josh Madger, I should say, sorry. Do you reckon he'll fancy it? They're reluctant to let him go. I mean, he's playing in French Division 2, surely, in Bordeaux. Right? Come on, mate. Patterson and Bass are fine. Exactly. We don't need to get a new goalkeeper just yet. Quaresma's moving on, unfortunately. Quaresma's gone, sadly. We tried. was one of those. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. We've replaced him with Charlie McCann and Daniel Jefferson as well. So they got two new players come in. One player's gone out. Probably less wages as well, I think, overall. Madger's not going, sadly. I won't say if you a few games to spare. My heart couldn't take the season. I know. Oh yeah, Ropper. Hey, how we going, Ropper? Welcome. I've not seen you around for a long time. I know things are obviously busy and that. Hope you're well. So what happened? Well, so basically, as you can probably take a guess, Arsenal went badly after 3 streams. We were no longer Arsenal manager, right? No longer Arsenal manager. They the club fell out with me very quickly, so that's fine, right? And what we decided to do is we decided to start again, because obviously it's the beta. So we thought, let's start again and just see what it's like down in the Championship. Just have a little look around. Like, it might be alright, it might be for us, it might not be for us. We'll see. And to be fair, Sunderland is exactly as you'd expect it to be as well. So again, we're grinding, we're doing what we're doing. But this is the way we have fun, Ropper. You know that. It's the same as being a fan of odd. You want that pain. you need it to feel bad about yourself, which in turn makes you feel good about yourself. I don't understand, but it's self-inflicted, But yeah, hope life's well over the waters. Hope life's good. Hope the team are doing well. Hope the fans are well. Hope the family's well, by the way. Look, shirt's still there. Shirt's still pride of place. Still here, hanging up behind us. Obviously, have to start knocking out some more Norwegian content this year as well. If you want pain, try MLS. Our nonsense registration rules. We've done MLS offline, obviously. We've done MLS, and I do quite like it, and it is bizarre. It is absolutely bizarre, I must admit. But we definitely get there. It's tricky. I may have once. I think the last time I managed an MLS, I may have bought Alan Hutton. So that sort of like gives you a bit of an idea. Like, yeah, of course you did, Tony. Of course you did. Why did you do that? Why did you offer up one of your international slots for Alan fucking Hutton? Like, yeah, why would you not? Why would you not? Can't figure out why Odd's got no more than 19 players, biggest Norwegian talent. Yeah, he's not in the game. Scored 4 for the national team and assisted 3. How old is he though, Rob? And that's the thing. Is he? Because I think there's a thing where if they're under 16, then they don't like putting them in unless they're like really, really close to being 16. Haaland, never heard of Haaland. Never heard of him. Oh, he is 16. Okay, in that case, it's bullshit that he's not in. Then that's what it is. Because yeah, I mean, obviously, we've got Rister, of course, we know about. But yeah, we need to get the new boy in, don't we? Was this the lad that signed a little while ago? That I remember you telling me about. You're like, oh, this kid's the guy. Alan Hutton and Saido Berahino, greatest tackle ever. Yeah, any attempt at a tackle Alan Hutton is the greatest. Sports Mad, how do you think Villa will get on with Unai in charge? You know what? I'm interested to see how they'll get on. I think he's got a hard job in the first instance, getting players to sort of react positively and sort of push on. But I think he'll do all right. Like, I think he's let's be honest, he's clearly a better tactician than Gerrard, right? He knows much more about football than Gerrard does. His backroom team is going to be better. You would imagine. Just have to wait and see. If he can get the best out of the players we've got, brilliant. I don't think he'll keep Coutinho. I think he'll get rid of Coutinho, which I think is a good idea, because I don't think we should have Coutinho anyway. I think Coutinho doesn't quite work. And I think he only came because of Gerrard. And I think that was very appropriate and very apparent. So that never really happens. Never really works out, does it? So, yeah. Roper 100%. Backroom staff all the way. You need it like the full tier. Otherwise, you're right. It just doesn't work, does it? Like, you can have the best manager in the world. If the backroom staff aren't the right people, then you're just not going to get anything out of the players at all. Gary Beale going to QPR was a loss for Gerrard. As you say, Emery will bring in his own coaching team. Well, Beale as well. Like, Beale's a great assistant manager. By all accounts, from what I've heard, is that the players weren't massively keen on him because of the fact he was like he proper bawled and shouted at people. So again, you've got players who like sort of are used to being threatened in a certain way, rightly or wrongly. Like, you know, and again, you need to work out who you can shout and bawl at and who you can't. But apparently, yeah, like Gerrard just used to sort of swan around like as if he owned the place, and Beale used to boll at them and they didn't like it. And it's hardly unsurprising the second they're both out the door that all of a sudden we win 4-0 and it's like 3-0 up after 15 minutes. You're like, oh yeah, it was Gerrard's fault after all. Like, yeah, of course it was. I don't even imagine that Gerrard's. I can't really understand or take a guess at what he would do on the training pitch. I think he would be very much, this is what I've won in my career. Why can't you all play the same? I imagine that every single team meeting starting off with, when I played for Liverpool, we did this. And after a while, you just sort of go, shut up, Gerrard. You don't play for Liverpool anymore. Your career's over. You're now a manager. Like, what's happening now? Like, it's like that bit in it when Moyes went to Man U and he was showing sort of like videos of how Phil Jagielka defended and things like that. You're sort of like, I think you picked the wrong room, Moisey. It's not working. Rangers fans, I know, were happy when he left. No. Rangers fans were fuming when he left. We had a stream the night that he was going. A bunch of Rangers fans raided in, and they were furious that Gerrard was going, and I was furious that he was going to Villa. So I was like, send it back. And they were like, I can't believe you're being so disrespectful. I was like, he'll be shit. He'll be terrible. It's the worst decision Villa have made in a long, long time. Fast forward a year and I was finally proved right. So, you know, I think they're relatively happy as well. Some Villa fans was few when he was going to Villa. Yeah, exactly supporting midfielder. I was as well. Hence why the move to Odd came about. You know, Roper stretched his arms out and said, "We'll take you. And I was like, oh. I just felt wanted at that point. It was nice. Dan Neal's suffering with an injury, which means I need someone to play DLP. Is it Gooch or is it Quaresma? Or is it Embleton? And I can push. Tell you what, let's do that. Let's give Burnett a run out. He can have a go. Worst decision since Heskey. I mean, yeah. Having said that though, let's not forget Tim Sherwood was a decision. So, but the Heskey decision was crazy when you consider it was that or Falcao for the same price. Stephen Ireland was also a really bad decision. So many bad decisions at the club. So many. Did Wenger, Sir Alex Ferguson do on the pitch, on the coaching? I think not. No, exactly. That's what your coaches are for, isn't it? Your managers are to manage, your coaches are to coach. Roberts with a good effort. I know it's 0-0, but this is better. This is better. I know I've said it too loud now. I've said it far too loud now. I think being a good coach does not necessarily make you a good manager. Ditto being a good manager does not make you a good coach. They're different. 100%. Yeah, and I think we're in the generation now of realizing that good players don't necessarily become good coaches. Like, do you know what I mean? I think that's the thing. I think we've now got enough data to prove that that is the situation. Because there's so many people now spend their lives, and their younger lives, being coaches, and like sort of going, you know what, like a 20-year-old coach coming in and coming out. Yeah, Pep was a crap player. All right, so Pep was a great player, right? Jurgen Klopp was a terrible player. Wenger was a terrible player. Mourinho was a terrible player. Like, just because you're a great player doesn't mean you're going to be a great manager. You know, Xavi's not doing a great job at Barcelona, is he? Xavi was a very, very good player. Zinedine Zidane, you would argue, anyone could manage Real Madrid. You know, exactly. Yeah, John Barnes, terrible manager. Yeah, Andrei Shevchenko, excellent player, not a brilliant manager, I don't think. Ahmed Diallo scored there. Peter Reid, brilliant player, brilliant manager. That's what bucks the trend, isn't it? Most of the same in the NFL. Almost no players become head coaches. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Alan Shearer, good player, dreadful manager. Yeah, exactly. Anyone can manage Real Madrid. Anybody. Because, like, if you can't, then what are you doing? They always say, and I know that my argument's going to be turned against me straight away, right? What about terrible player, terrible manager? That is a thing. That is a thing, Jam Turk. That definitely can happen. But I mean, look, Steve Bruce was a good player. A lot of people would now argue Steve Bruce isn't a great manager. So some of it is timing related. But no, I would say you've also got the issue now of I think I've even lost what I was going to say. I've lost my train of thought right now. You know, I think I'm just going to agree with myself, and I'll agree with the chat. We've all made really, really good points. We've won a game. That's what I was going to say. Look at that. All we needed was he's a very, very underrated author as well. He's prose, beautiful. Evening, by the way. Come on the rocks. Welcome in. We'll give you a wee shout out there, pal. Nice to see you there. John Barnes, good singer. Very good singer. Dan Neil's out for 4 or 5 days. That's not what we want, is it? We've got players back, and all of a sudden, got one out. Finally got that victory. 7 games without a win. Let's not talk about Patterson. Van Bronckhorst was there. Literally, we're talking about Rangers, and Rangers have decided to turn up and have a look at our goalkeeper. It's not happening. Roy Keane, great player, solid manager on the days, but hasn't had a job in 10 years. Yeah, partly his choice, I'm guessing. But, I mean, look at that. Of course, Sean Dyche says everything's fine. Sean Dyche goes, they deserve that. They deserve that last-minute winner. Yeah. Sean Dyche, not a brilliant player, brilliant manager. I've said it. I've gone with it. End of the day, Bruce managed 1,000+ games. Many managers that measure that successful. He was unlucky as Sunderland as his forward line disappeared overnight. Yeah. To be honest, Sunderland probably was the one that he would regret the most. In the same way as Big Sam. I think had Big Sam not been given the England job, I think he would probably still be at Sunderland now. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. It's Ryan Bennett. Ryan Bennett's probably good enough, isn't he? I think he probably is. Terry Venables, Eddie Howe, good manager, stayed in the lower leagues with Bournemouth in his playing days. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of examples, isn't it? Joseph Sakani, welcome in, appreciate the follow, very kind. Well, yeah, that's the thing. There's a look at this. This is what we like. Look at that. Talk about narrative, right? This is like, we're saying, oh, you know what? We're not going to have like too much of a long-term dream here, right? I mean, granted, no wide midfielders, attacking midfielders, defensive midfielders, or wing-backs, but strikers, central midfielders, centre-backs, full-backs, goalkeepers, fucking literally everything. Literally everything. Oh, superb. It's going to be, it could be Wonder Kid Central at Sunderland. It's very, very difficult as a coach now. Professional playing experience to make it in any sport. Probably. I think you're right. I think you've got that sort of like professional level mindset, I suppose, to be honest. But then again, you do have people coming from the background who haven't played at the high level. So United City, of course, is a man who has played at the highest level of everything in his life, and you should all go and give him a follow. Absolutely wonderful human being. Evening, Kev. How are you? Welcome. You've just turned up. We've won our first match in 7, because of course, you know, it's Sunderland, we don't do things the easy way. And we've just had youth intake preview. Look at that. I mean, it might change, of course, by the end of the by the time that it actually happens, but they're reckoning there's gold in them hills. So we'll have to see. Will Kane, we had him at York. Not very good at this level, sadly. Absolute dream youth intake. You're right, Dan. Good to see you turn the form around. I mean, well, it's been one result. United City, it's been one result, so I don't know about whether we're turning it around completely or not, but certainly better than nothing, right? Steve Bruce is the only manager to manage all the big Birmingham, Sheffield, North East sides. He probably is, you know. It's quite an achievement. I think, does he not need Wolves to complete the? And I'm not saying, you know, that what he's achieved is not an achievement, but he genuinely does seem to like to just stay centralised, which is pretty good, to be honest. You know, you need an entire region to hate you, I think is the thing. Right, up against Hull then. So they're going to play. How are Hull going to play? Hull are going to play, presumably, I'm guessing like most teams. Wolves is Portuguese. Yes, exactly. Yeah, of course. Zietha. 4-2-3-1 for Hull. Okay. Ben Creamer. What a name. What a name. Clearly he did not get bullied at school at all, did he? Teams in their countries prepare for the winter break. Your side schedule looks busier than ever. It does. We could have done with the winter break. I mean, obviously we had one because we went to the World Cup, of course. But any reports linking Sunderland with Juventus's Alessandro Di Pardo? I don't think so. Can you comments from the reports from the club suggest Diallo is going to be a go-to one? Yeah, maybe. How important is Patterson? Incredibly important. How's life treating you, by the way, Kev? Hope life's good. Hope Valencia are doing well. Sure you have turned that one around. Everyone's been struggling with this beta, and everyone who says they haven't is a liar. Certainly people who are streaming have been like, everything's fine. Everything's not fine. It's not fine. Oh dear. I don't know what we're supposed to do now. So, yeah, it's a thing. It is a thing. Okay, so Dan Neal then is struggling a little bit. Let's put Pritchard in there as the AP. We'll move Embleton back a bit. Actually, Luke O'Nien can be on the bench now for that option. Let's take Quaresma off because unfortunately Quaresma's leaving us, sadly. Stewart not quite fit enough to go on the bench because he'll get broken again the second he stands on the pitch. Valencia pretty much in the mud. Oh, sorry, in the mud, yeah. Amid in pretty much every way. That's about all I can say. Yeah, I think it happens, doesn't it? It happens. Other than that, you're good. Good. Glad to hear it. Finding it extremely difficult, but then I was enough of a masochist to choose Southampton. I mean, Southampton is a million miles from what we're at. Southampton would be a dream compared to what we've put ourselves through, surely. But just you wait till you all have to watch me attempt the British Steel Challenge. That's pain. That's pain and torture right there. So looking forward to that. 32 potential trophies we have to try and win in the course of the save. It's not going to end well, is it? It's not going to end well. Apparently we've got to try and win. We've got to try and win every trophy in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. So that includes things like Vanarama National League North, National League South. Then got to win all the regional cups in Northern Ireland, because, you know, why would you not just win everything with one team in Northern Ireland? No. The cups are regionalised. It's just going to be... It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun. I'm looking forward to managing teams that we've never managed before. I'm looking forward to having so many stories kicking off. I just think it's going to be a laugh. I just think it's going to be a laugh. Like, we can't take it seriously when it starts out. We literally can't. It's just got to be whatever happens. Like, we're going to be probably... I've done a couple of quick tests on it, sort of seeing what the database looks like, just in terms of the scale of the operation. And I had a quick little look at it the other day, and if nothing changes, it looks like the two jobs that are available at the start of the game are both in Wales, right? One is in the top division, one is in the bottom division, and of course there's two bottom divisions of Wales. There's Cymru North and Cymru South. Now, what I found out, I think it was a couple of streams ago, or maybe the last stream, found out, someone in the chat had advised that there's only one promotion spot out of Cymru North and Cymru South. So you can finish top of either of those divisions, right? You then have to play off to get promoted into the Cymru Premier. Already that sounds shit, doesn't it? You can class National League North and South as different comps. I believe so. I think that's how the rules have been written, is that they have to be classed as separate. I'm more than happy to class them as the same thing, to be honest. But yeah, I believe the way it's meant to be played is that you're meant to have them as separate competitions. You're also meant to start unemployed, no badges, no experience. So yeah, that'll be the old sort of attempted proof of whether an experienced manager makes a good manager. So Diallo should have finished there, to be honest. Kev, I might run a bookies to see when Tony says on stream he regrets the British Steel Challenge. My bet is by the end of November. Kev, I don't even think it's going to take that long, to be honest. I think I'll have to say it pretty quickly, won't I? I think we're going to have to read the rules. We have to read the rules on stream so that we're all familiar with how the save runs. There's no ambiguity in it. And then we're going to have to all... None of us are religious. Well, I'm not religious, but we're all going to have to say a prayer. Like, let's go with it. RDF would hate it. He would hate it, Johnny. Because the thing is that everyone's amateur players in the lowest leagues, so they're just going to be shit. They're not going to know. We're going to have a 4-4-2 with no training, no instructions, and just hope for the best. I think in Wales, I'm sure they've got a rule of something like players can't be paid more than 250 quid or something like that. It's it's just going to be horrible, but like in a really fun way, if that makes sense. Even Jack Devlin, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Nice to see you. Hope life's treating you good. Sure, to get both National Leagues North and South, you're going to have to manage one side, get them promoted, resign, go back to the other side. Exactly. What a stupid save, right, Links? Doesn't it sound daft? Players can't be paid more than 250 quid. At what stage did Wales become part of the Soviet bloc? I think I'm sure it's something like that. It's probably not like as exact, but I'm sure there's some daft wage restriction or something. See, you didn't get the sack. Not yet, Jack. We're still there. It's tackled to be 4-4-2, Mike Bassett, 100% sports mad. There'll be no winter ball, that's for certain. Will be a proper white football all the way through. Muddy pitches. No one's gonna have multicoloured boots. It's gonna be great. Has RDF got a plan for the first 2 weeks of the official game before deciding to do something else? I think so. He changes saves a lot, doesn't he? Like I think he was tweeting out saying that he's even thinking about changing his Poland save that he's got now. He only started yesterday. But as far as I understand as well, he got sacked from Barcelona, so that's what I understand. Great tackle, Clark. The players were fine, Jack. It was a false alarm, I think. I think they were just a bit concerned that performances weren't great, but I sort of told them that they were the ones on the pitch, and they were like, "Oh yeah, good point." Okay, so we need to work out how we can get the ball clear at this point, because we're inviting pressure, aren't we? Diallo gets it, free kick. He's got to go, surely. A yellow. Right, Pritchard's struggling a bit, so who can we play? Should we put Bennett in? I tell you what, let's put Gooch in. He can go there, then we might actually be able to... Actually, you know what? No, let's add a second player up front. Let's go with Sims. Sims can go there. Keep him as a DLF for now, so at least he can sort of try and mop up some of the balls forward. They've gone 4-2-4 as well. I mean, look at this. We've not been in the game at all, to be honest, have we? Definitely Sal Stall out. Yeah, footballers. That's the thing, isn't it? Links just a tip though. In the second division of Wales, there's no contracts. Everyone signs for no money. Yeah, that's fine. I've done that before. Links, to be honest, like amateur contracts where it's like you literally don't even get players for. Well, they're there. They're literally just signed on there, but they could, of course, move at any point. Like I think I'm happy if players have to move because they've got a new job at the Asda. Like that's the problem. Do you know what I mean? Just had Aaron stream what thinks he needs to come on FMT for some actual therapy. Yeah, he takes the game too seriously, Kev, doesn't he? He needs to chill. The boy gets far too excited. But it's passion. It's passion in it. He wants everything to be better. But yeah, I think we're very much the opposite, Kev, aren't we? There's got to be a yin and a yang somewhere. We do. We love him. We love him dearly. Embleton back inside to Clark. Goes for it again. He does get a little bit angry. Understandably so, though. We're starting to do better now. We've got another 12 shots away in this game. Embleton up to Clark. Again, looks for the options. Back inside to Hume. Embleton. Puts it up. Diallo. What a strike that is. Get that one clip. That's the one that we're going to put at the end of the stream tonight. What a finish. Also without reaching goals, obviously. But Diallo, what a hit, son. That's what you want. Perfect strike, isn't it? 7 minutes to go. Got to try and hang on now. I thought that was an instant reply. Right, Ballard for Bath, I reckon. I think it's everyone's escapism, isn't it? And it should be an escapism. You don't need to take it seriously. It's just a bit of fun. The problem is because you can't control any of it, really. Like, I could understand if it's FIFA where you're controlling it and you're like, oh god, this is terrible. Like, you're missing your own shots and there's like someone to sort of get angry at. But I think because you can't get angry at anything, that's when you've sort of just got to let it go, isn't it? You know, and it's just one of those things like that. There, like there's nothing I can do about it. Ball's coming here. It's in a mixture. It's in a collection of bodies. It's not a great goal to concede, but it's one of the goals to get. It's just, you know, it's a goal to concede, and that happens. You know, Let's get Bennett one in for Clark. There's Roberts is through. Oh. Just saw it all open up for him there, didn't we? 2 minutes to go. Can we get something? Can we get a win? Danny Bath with a header. Nearly proven that he was the perfect substitute. Sims. Bennett's through. Wins a corner. I know rugby is I know Hull's a rugby club, but sheesh, even that shot was wide in that spot. Okay, come on. 90th minute. Corner kick. Roberts to swing it on to Danny Bath's head, please. Bodies go flying in. Second ball's there. Nodded away. Throw in. Let's recycle that. Let's get it back in. But you know what? I'm happy with the point. I'm happy with the point rather than just clearing the ball off our own players' heads. Or are we? Have we got some in here? Anybody know if your wage budget is enough to cover the first and B teams and the under 18s? Nope, free kick. It's all over. Full time, it's gone. 1-1 against Hull. We'll take that. We'll take that. That's a decent enough performance. You know? Exercise Balanta is at Bruges. They're red hot this year. Bruges are brilliant. Bruges are brilliant. I used them in last year's game as one of our one-season wonders in the Discord challenge. So much fun. So much fun. The animations have a look at the players. Just the new animations have a look at the players just saying, I'll give this a try. Yeah, exactly, yeah. There's a little bit of sort of like, you can see them as well when they're sort of looking around just like, uh-oh. I just think it's good. I think the whole chaos ball that they're calling it, when the ball's sort of like bobbling around a bit is better. Matty ID, welcome in. Not seen you around for a while. Hope you're well. Budget covers all players but not staff. I could be wrong. I think so. Obviously, I'm not professing to know everything, of course, but so Blackburn next. Blackburn, Wigan, Blackpool. What a week that is. Brazil have won the World Cup, by the way. So, where did England get knocked out? Let's work that out, shall we? So, Brazil beat France in the final. Third place playoff was USA versus Switzerland. France beat Brazil. Sorry, Brazil beat France. So Brazil beat the USA. France beat Switzerland. England got knocked out by France in the quarterfinals, 3-0. So there you go. That's what happened. And for any Welsh fans, is it safe to say the game is a bit harder than usual? Yes, it is. Lacosian. It really is. Wales got 1 point, unfortunately, did not qualify out of the groups. You know what? It's really difficult. Really difficult. It plays like PvP because the managers are reacting. The AI managers are reacting and they're making changes on the fly, and you've got to physically engage with the game. You can't be passive. So when we're streaming, like I'm always like yeah, game's going on, I'm having a chat. So we're not necessarily 100% focused in, which I guess is part of the problem. But chatting with Nick Madden on the podcast this week, he was like, yes, you need to like properly watch the game, otherwise like you'll concede goals and simple as that. They don't want you to just sort of like click a button and go and be like, all right, there you go, that's all done. So yeah, it is harder, but every year it gets harder, I suppose. So we just have to get used to it, really. It's it's one of those. It's good. It's frustrating. It is frustrating because you get like the momentum shift is what really is the killer, because you can be on top throughout most of the game, and like in real life, you can be on top and then eventually like something happens in the game and the momentum shifts. Like as a real manager, what would you do to counteract that? That's what you've now got to work out, going, shit, what do I do? Like, how do I stop this? Like, opposition are coming at me now. You know, do I go defensive? Do I push on? do I try and like soak up some pressure? Momentum manager 23, isn't it, Kev? It properly is. Like, that should work both ways. If you come from behind more, that's what she said. Yes, I think we probably have. We've certainly ground out some results through the 4-2-3-1 gegenpress over that doesn't seem to work anymore. Probably not, Johnny. Probably not. I think it will eventually come unstuck at some point. Took over Colwyn Base as Riverside. I won 5 league games, got Manager of the Month, lost the Welsh Cup and got sacked. Oh, Jesus. Oh, mate, I'm sorry about that. That sounds horrible. But at the same time, that sums the game up right now. At the minute as well, it is worth pointing out the confidence, the supporters' confidence, the board confidence apparently is very, very harsh. So it might well need to be tweaked a bit before the full release. That's painful. In 4-2-2-2-2 seems to do the trick right now. Yeah, I mean, look, these are the formations that we've tried at Sunderland: 4-2-4, 4-1-4-1-4-1, diamonds, 4-2-3-1s, but then 4-2-2-2-2s and 4-3-3s with 2 DMs. So yeah, a little bit like, yeah, we get ourselves a bit on form, Dean, and then we go off form. Like, went 9 without a win here, went 4 defeats back to back. Then we got ourselves a bit of form, and then we've lost some games again, 4 back to back again. But see, this is the thing though, Lulu. Like, you have to tweak this time, don't you? That's the problem. I would love, like, the last couple of years with streaming, I have loved just sort of like getting the tactics set up, and then we go and just sort of like, just occasionally a little bit of stuff I'll move in match day if needs be, and we can talk and we can have fun. This, you have to sort of like sit and go like, yeah, we need to do some stuff here, like this has got to happen, you know, because otherwise if we don't, we just lose all those games really, really quickly, and then it's like, oh, Jameson, did you not think about like considering not losing? I'm like, well, yeah, it was part of my idea, but yeah, I just didn't tweak, like, you know. Yeah, I think we have to do that. Tell you what, we're not bothered about recommendations at this point for recruitment. I think we've got enough players coming through that we need. Having a tweak though, more interesting to play than press to continue to win, isn't it? Oh, 100%, Dean. Like, I don't enjoy all that stuff anyway. I don't enjoy, like, we never plug a tactic in the way we do it around here. We never get a tactic downloaded or however, plug it in and then just go. Like, we obviously try to sort of like tweak stuff and make stuff work for the players we've got. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you don't need to tweak with Tammy Abraham up front. Well, yeah, FM Girl's having a great time with Tammy Abraham up front, isn't she? She's smashing it with Arsenal. Obviously, we didn't do that because we didn't sign Tammy Abraham. We trusted the side we had, and it didn't work. Plus, they put me in charge. That's also the problem as well, to be honest. My idea, I had nothing to do this week at half term. I'm already halfway through season 2. Oof. I will say, once you find the tactic the teams like, you can stick with it. Probably. I think that's probably about right. But yeah, I think right now we don't have a tactic that the team like, and we don't have a tactic that the league likes. I've taken National League North Club to League 2 in 3 seasons with the board confidence as it is. I feel I'm in for a long season. Maybe. I mean, it depends on how reasonable your board are as well, doesn't it? Because if you're doing well, like the expectation wise, I mean, for us, we're back up to secure now because we've just slightly moved up a little bit. Colcordia, in with the sub-prime. Thank you very much for that. That's very, very good indeed. Very kind of you. Have we got any January signings lined up? Yes, we have. Get them in a couple of days. We're going to be bringing in Charlie McCann on loan from Rangers. Very, very, very looking forward to seeing how he turns up. So he's going to kind of not replace Dan Neil, but he's going to be the starter at this point, and then Dan Neil's going to sort of like be the backup. So use him as the DLP probably, and then Quaresma unfortunately is going to leave. So Quaresma's going to go. He hasn't quite done what we wanted. He's played 12 games, but let's use his wages elsewhere. And we're going to bring in Daniel Jefferson as well from Sheffield United. So he's going to be a striker to come in. So quick, finishing's good, 6'3". So that's the plan. That's the plan with where we are. Joe Bellingham's good. Not sure you'll be able to get him yet, but they've done well with him this year. I've got him with Jude at Dortmund. Very nice. We'll see one very awful result. Tanky morale out of nowhere. Lost 6-0. Went down 9 men. The squad called me in for a meeting. I mean, that's their fault, right? That's their fault. That's not your fault, Matty. Surely. Now, remember, of course, chat, the other day we properly shithoused Blackburn. Drew 1-1 with them. We had 2 goals disallowed in the last few minutes. It should have been 3-1. So Blackburn don't like us. Blackburn don't like us. So let's just see if we can do. Let's see if we can do them over again. Actually, what I have noticed as well is you can't just constantly play the same team. You do have to think about changing players around. Not necessarily wholesale changes, but I think that definitely the rotation is there in there a bit more than previously. I loaned Garancho to the Championship. Man U save, he's ripping it up. Garancho's a good shout. Garancho's a very good shout, actually. Everyone's fresh. Look at all these. Look at all these greens. So many fresh players. It's unbelievable. It's full Principal Skinner and The Simpsons. Am I out of touch? No, it's the players that are wrong. We've all been there, Matty. We've all been there. Okay, let's tell them we want to win our home games. So, okay, Blackburn, we're coming for you. Excuse me, Garancho was superb last night. Granted, it was against Sheriff, but a breath of fresh air all game. I mean, yeah. I mean, you say, granted it was Sheriff, but that Sheriff team beat Real Madrid last year, so. And it's pressure. It is pressure still playing for Man U when you're in Europe. So if he's good, he's good, and it'd be interesting to see another young player come through. To be honest, especially when it looks like they've got a bit of ability about them. Got to play Chelsea at home and 1-0 from the first leg. This is going to be rough. Squirtle, I've said it a few times and I'll say it again. Let me just wait for that ball to come out. We beat Chelsea 4-1 at home with Villa on my Villa save with a shithouse tactic of sitting back, soaking up all the pressure and the hit on the break. It's one of my favourite results so far in the game. It's up there with that 5-0 Arsenal victory against Liverpool, to be honest. No idea where that result came from, because the rest of the save was dreadful, but we beat Liverpool 5-0, and then that Chelsea game was beautiful. It was beautiful to watch. It was like all the dark arts rolled into one. Jack Devlin, good little player, hopefully knuckles down, doesn't let the hype and pending wage rise get to his head like it does with a lot of young players. That's a good point. And I guess that's a little bit what United have been missing, like, in recent years. Like, when Ferguson was there was always that thing of, like, the young players would be drilled in from a young age. So, like, no, you've not made it yet. There's still a long, long way to go, and you might not make it. Maybe it's not quite there at this point. But again, you don't know what Ten Hag's going to do with them. As United says, considering he's already been called into the Argentinian squad, and say Garnacho has definitely got a chance. I think he probably does, Kev. That's a reasonable shout. Yeah, if you're already in the Argentinian squad, then you're on someone's radar, right? Pritchard with the corner, cleared away. Embleton, that would have been a goal and a half, wouldn't it? Great strike there, but sadly just over the top. Matete is off. Oh, Jesus. Right. Fine, it's going to be like that, is it? It's going to be one of these games. Ugh. Let's do that then. We don't really have a proper DM, but we'll see. So we're going to have to properly... that's not a handball? Apparently not. Good challenge. Diallo just floats back. Staff United and other clubs likely try and instill some values with so many other interfering influences, agents, overbearing players. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good point. Good point. Well made. Instagram. Oof. Almost makes the Championship a lot more fun to manage than the Premier League. Oh, the Championship's the best league in the world, that's all. A fan of the presentation stuff they got in the AFL this year. Yeah, 100%. And again, because we're doing the British Steel, all the leagues that we're going to be managing are all licensed. So we're going to have the full vibe for the lot of it. Which again is going to be great. Like, oh, hello, welcome to Cymru North. Like, with the proper kits and the logo and the league branding and everything. It's going to be great. Ignore that. We're not going to go defensive just yet. We're going to hold on. I mean, yeah, you see the momentum shift there, can't you? Blackburn now coming into the game, of course, because they're clearly got the man advantage. We'll go back in. We're going to keep it as it is, but we probably should sit back a tiny bit and then change stuff up again. What I have noticed, and again, I don't know if people have noticed themselves, but changing of halves is very much like, I find if you start aggressive in the first half, be a bit more passive in the second half, and vice versa. I'm not sure if that's a thing or not, or whether it's just something I've managed to convince myself is a thing, but I don't know, maybe there's something in it, I'm not sure. I guess it also depends upon the result as well, doesn't it? Achieved by Ronaldo at United and Messi at Argentina. Kid couldn't ask for a better education. Well, I mean, probably for off the field stuff, I wouldn't pick either of them really. Oh, I mean, you don't keep that out, do you? But I think it comes. There's a midfielder loses possession of the ball here, doesn't it? Ballard, it's Pritchard there. Just that's the thing, that this new ball mechanics is great. You don't want the ball sticking to someone's feet. It's not like you want that sort of sensible soccer thing where the ball does bobble off you. It's frustrating because you're sort of like sitting there going, oh, how's he giving the ball away there? But it is a bit more realistic. It is a bit more realistic. Jack Clark one flying in. Right. Hyam bringing the ball forward above the top. It's Dak, it's cleared away. Beraton, Hyam. Have we still got one striker at the top there, have we? Ballard to Hume. We're going to do Ballard all the way out to Kirkin. I tell you what, Kirkin's a good player. Like, I mean, the more I'm seeing him on this game, the more I'm like, yeah, great. Love these crossfield passes as well. Played into no man's land there from Hume. Okay, so Dak's going to be bringing it around. Shallow striker in. Pullen plays out of position well, track back. Maybe played the wrong way though. Let's go positive. We're going to have to push up, aren't we? Play for set pieces, go a bit more direct, I think. Try it. Evening at rest, welcome in. Things are going well, thank you. You missed the stream yesterday. We didn't have a stream yesterday actually. Yeah, we took a night off last night. Had a meeting with the FM playoffs crew. So there was no stream last night. So you haven't missed too much, to be honest, in terms of how the save's gone. We've played a couple of games tonight. We've had a World Cup, which Brazil won. Matete has been sent off in this match, so we're down to 10 men. We're 1-0 down. I think a couple of players were a little bit angry at this point as well. So let's maybe think Gooch can come on. Luke O'Nien, actually. I'd say what, Luke O'Nien can get himself in there as well. We might have to get Big Ross on as well for Diallo. Pace isn't going to be what we need, but let's hopefully see if we can at least get a ball to him. You've always wanted to be part of a crew, yeah. Then you'd be good in a crew, Kev, to be honest. Gooch. Terrible ball. Terrible ball. Pinged up top. Here's Gooch again. Back to Hume. I've been moving back to just a standard winger because I don't think he's an inverted winger. Is he? Corner kick. I think I'm more of a crew neck sweater than a crew. Oh, Alessi was on the near post. Keeper saved it. Ball's gone in. Oh, how's that gone wide? How? Oh, evening Zanko. Welcome in, buddy. Wilf, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Thank you for that. I mean, this has felt like a battle, this one, to be honest. Any plans for Halloween? Streaming, I think, to be honest, isn't there? Yeah, the kids will do a bit of trick-or-treating, but for us, nah, not really. Not really. You know what? The red card ruined it, didn't it, to be honest? We were still in the game, though. We were still in the game, but it's going to be tough to do what we could do. Just tried to make ends meet, really. So what's that? Still 6 points clear at the bottom? Yeah, 6. I'm going to play Wigan now, so probably need to get... Definitely need to get a win now against Wigan. We lost the last time as well, so that's not... We could do with some revenge. That was a good goal, to be fair. It was a very good goal. I mean, it's nice that Matete accepts his fine. Like, well done, you know, accepting the fine, good. But it's just one of those things, isn't it? It was a silly second yellow to get, especially at that moment of the game as well. Like, just let it go, ref, you know? The muscle of the playoffs crew, as in the French seafood, yeah. Yeah, apparently I'm allergic to it, so that probably makes sense. Wigan again coming in as they are. Evening, Classic A. How are you? Welcome. Hope life's treating you good. Pleasure to have you in. What's happening? What's happening in your world? Much going on? Tell you what I will do. Katie doesn't stream a great deal, right? But she does write a blog. So go on have a read of Katie's blog, right? Bottom at Christmas challenge. Definitely worth a read. Evening Flickster, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Thank you for that. You join us, Katie. The end of Christmas. We've just had a bit of Christmas done. So literally, you've joined at the point of when your blog would begin. So talk about, you know, life imitating art. Everything's good though. Everything's very good. We're having a lovely time down here. Transfer window's just about open. We've still got 2 matches to go because of the championship, so we'll play 3 games in 7 days. But obviously we've got some matches against teams who are 23rd and 21st, and then away to Luton in the FA Cup, then 24th for Swansea. So we're playing all the bottom clubs at once. So fingers crossed. You're very welcome for the shout out, Katie. You know that. Let's try and pull some nice stuff out. I don't understand these people on the FM Reddit that are trashing the game as much this year. The messiness this year is great. Johnny, people just like a whinge, mate. That's the problem. People just like a whinge. I think... Right, my view on it is that people who've kicked off, right, about what is not in the game, just need to accept that just because it's not in the game now doesn't mean it won't be in the game next year or the year after. Like, nobody knows what the long-term plan is. Like, people will still buy the versions because that's what they do. Like, you know, not every year can be a massive upgrade. You can't just build a match engine every year, right? You can't just add something in. Like, you can't, you know, for example, the set piece creator, right? I would love a set piece creator, but you can't just put one in, because if it doesn't work, then people get really angry about it, right? So you kind of have to go, well, look, you know, what's the risk reward here? Do we put something in that's not ready? No, we don't. Do we put something in that can be good in a couple of years? Oh, maybe, we don't know. We'll see. I mean, look at things like the scouting meetings the last couple of years. We've all said that they needed something doing to them. They were in. This year, recruitment is a thing, so it's there, but it has been 2 years in the making to be something that we all wanted. Like, do people want things there just to say there's something there? Like, I'd rather the game was, like, if the game doesn't change a great deal, then I'm not that fussed, because the game's usually pretty good. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, FM23, I played the game for like 1,400 hours. So that for me says that I quite liked it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think most people as well play the game for probably a lot of time. They spend 30 quid on it, they get their money's worth, and then they go, oh, you know what, but I'd rather have something else. Well, would you though? Or do you play anyway? Like, and the people who are complaining as well, are they the people who are sat, say for example, we use the set piece creator case put up in the chat there along with Dean, right? Are the people who want to use a set piece creator, are they tacticians, or are they people who will just plug the tactics in anyway, download the tactics online, and then download the set pieces and put them in? Like, so who are you making it for? Like, why do you want a set piece creator if it's not going to be used by people to make set pieces? Like, I don't understand how difficult it is to make. I understand it's going to be so difficult to make because you've got to make all the variables, right? For me, I think a compromise could have been an example of on FIFA, on Madden, when you've got your playbook, right? You've got your playbook. You can't create plays in Madden, right? But you can pick from so many different options about what you're going to do and how you're going to create your plays. You could theoretically create something like that, but again, it would have to be limited. You can't have it as many options as what Madden has, because Madden has a very rigid match engine and it's massive, right? So you can't have that. It's not going to run on every computer, so you can't do that. And all it needs is one flaw in one of those things, and the whole thing just crumbles down. So everyone complains. So I like it, but I'm happy it's not there if it's not perfect. Do you know what I mean? In terms of what I've got as a gaming experience now, I like it. Like, I like Chaos Ball. I think it's good. I think the board and supporter confidence is probably a little bit too high right now and might be needed to be dialed down. But look, I'm not paid by SI at all. Like, you know, so I'm not I don't have to sit here and be like, this is the greatest game and we should all go buy it. But at the same time, I also don't think that the people who are whinging really necessarily have much to whinge about at this point. Like, evolution, not revolution. You don't always have to keep reinventing the wheel. Like, the wheel has served us well for a long time. We don't get new wheels every year, do we? No, of course we don't. Like, if the wheel still works, keep the wheel working. That's my view anyway. That's my view. And you look at there's cosmetic tweaks, like, you know, the EFL branding, like the league branding. For some people, that's not a thing. Right? It's not a concern. They're just like, well, you know, fine, there's like kits and badges and that, right? But you got to think, for some people who either don't know where to get third-party kits and logos and all that sort of stuff from, they now don't have to go looking for that sort of stuff. For people who just turn up and are casual gamers, possibly, they might be like, oh, cool, that's quite good, actually. I've got all the kits and that in there now. That's great. That opens up a potential customer to come and join our our world. Like, you know, you've now got, you know, teams like Zebra who aren't in it anymore. So, like, you can be Juventus and you don't have to sort of try and work out why Juventus aren't in there. And these are little things, but at the same time, for some people, they could be huge things. Champions League music. Some people will be going, "Oh, I don't want the Champions League music." Fine, but some do. Like, and it'll be good. And yes, it might be cosmetic, but sometimes cosmetic is fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Czar's right. FM23 was great. FM22 was great. When God closes the Juventus, he opens a Napoli. Yeah, exactly. You know, we're all going to have gripes and we're going to have niggles with the game and stuff, and there's going to be frustrations, but at the end of the day, people just need to realise it's just a game as well. Like, the fact that SI even allow you access to a beta, which some games don't let you have access to a beta because the games are that heavily bugged that it's not worth it. Like, some games that come out on launch are dreadful and need patching straight away with massive 40 gigabyte patches. We don't need that with FM. Oh, with FM we get a patch that's like, what, 100 meg, like a couple of 100 meg or something. So I'd rather that than, oh, here's the new Modern Warfare update that takes 80 gigabytes. Like, if it takes 80 gigabytes, then it was fucking broken when it was released. It shouldn't be 80 gigabytes as an update. Well, that makes no sense to me. Val, good ball. So I'll get back to that second. Val Wills, I'm still on FM21 having the blinding time. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Champions League registration, just see the actual name used, is a massive thing for some people. Exactly. People can now see the Champions League. And it is a thing. The Euro Cup is no longer a thing. You can explain it to people. I'm in the Champions League. Actually, look, there it is. There's me lifting the Champions League trophy. Even Surly, how are you, buddy? Welcome. Not sacked yet. No, we're still hanging in. It's not been completed just yet, but that's not to say that it's obviously not over yet. Walls, of course it is. Just think sausages. Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you for that. Gotta believe. Of course we believe, Surly. We're hanging in. Look, 17th. New Champions League format from 2024, 25 is rough. Yeah, there's a thing. You've got that now. You've got the proper setup and everything. So, look, people just like complaining. But I think people will still buy the game. They'll still play the game in record numbers, as they already are. You know, Miles has already said this, like, the numbers that they're knocking out for games played in the beta is insane. Do you know what I mean? Like, was it 3 million, 4 million games or something played already in the first weekend? From a game that's not A, out, and B, finished? That's pretty decent, right? Oh. Yeah, it's up to 5 million now. Yeah, which is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I know for myself, FM23 is going to be... Oh, sorry, Kev, just wait until the ball's cleared. Then I'll pick up your point here. Don't do anything stupid, try. Ball's over the top. Ellis Sims has ran. That's not exactly what you wanted, Ellis, but I understand why you put it there. There you go. Full-time whistle. 0-0, not brilliant result, but it's unbeaten, I guess, isn't it? We are playing better, though. We're starting to get a bit more opportunity. Maybe we start working on chance conversion, start putting some of those chances away, I think, maybe. Kev, I know for myself, FM23 is going to be the centre point to so much fun this year. There you go. There's a fucking sentence. There's a sentence. I'll put 1,000+ hours in, have a great time doing so on stream, get to talk about the game with others on a podcast, have a lot of fun, a lot of laughs covering the game, playing in drafts, To me, that doesn't sound too bad. It's like everything. We can find the joy if we decide we want to. And that, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, is why the United City FM is one of life's good people, right? Because he says things that I can't articulate. That is exactly what it's about. Exactly what it's about. It's going to be fun. It's going to be absolutely fun. You know, Wolves, were there as many super keepers in 22 as there were in 21? Coming across a goalkeeper playing man of the match against me every 3 or 4 games. Goalkeepers, well, to be fair, Wolves, I found a lot of goalkeepers that I signed were dreadful, but that was because my scouts maybe didn't have access to good goalkeepers. So, I think they were fair. I think they were fair goalkeepers. I think from what I've seen so far in this match engine, I think my strikers aren't particularly great at this point, but it could well be that my strikers just aren't great at this point. So yeah, I'm reserving comments until I see the full game playing and I've played it for a couple of months, and then I can say, well, that definitely works and that definitely needs a bit of work. Because at the minute I'm trying to comment on a game that's been out for 10 days. I don't think I should really be commenting on a game that's been out for 10 days. Do you know what I mean? Like, and when I know in 10 days time there's going to be a new version of the game that's going to be a lot more fixed and polished and sorted, you know. So, but you know what? Maybe I'm just a bit silly, right? You know, I don't know. Good night, Cozza Bob. Appreciate you being in. It's always a pleasure having you here. There you go. Big shout out to Cozza Bob. All good, well and good. But where's my tactics crate? now, Llama, play nicely. But yeah, you know what? And to be fair, we will all play it, and it'll be fun, and everyone will have a lovely time. People's expectations, the problem, isn't it? They expect too much without actually being given any justification as to why they should be like that. But there you go. International women's football, yeah, I think. But the thing is, Lulu Buster, right, is that we know, and again, this is maybe part of the reason that there's not been other bits and pieces done, but we know that the women's football is coming, but we also know that they are redoing the match engine and the match mechanics for women's football. There's already been bits and pieces posted out where they're getting women in the motion capture suits to make sure that the bodies move like women's bodies would do, which, you know what, I love that because that's, to put something like women's football in is a huge thing anyway, right? And I love the fact they're going to do it. To do it half-arsed and just go, let's give all the male bodies in the game long hair, which they could. I'm so glad they haven't. I'm so glad they've went, you know what, let's just do it properly, because if we're going to do it, we're going to do it properly, right? So you get women in, you suit them up, you get them moving, you work out their body mechanics and everything. So you're essentially building a completely brand new match engine again. So, you know what, that long-term planning we talked about before, it's happening. We know it's happening. Do you know what I mean? This is the thing. And the whole talk about graphics, I mean, look, again, I hate talking about this sort of stuff. I'm from a generation where when I first started playing this game, I played it with just text. I'm literally an OG on it. There's a few of us in the chat as well who are proper OGs, right? We've been here since day dot, right? We played it with just text, okay? And for us, when we play Football Manager, we're not playing it because of the graphics, right? We're playing it because of everything else that's in there, like CM97, 98, exactly, yeah. In fact, Common the Rocks is still actually still streaming CM97, 98. Like, for us, that's where you just, like, you would build the stories in your head. Essentially, everything was being commentated in your head. You filled the blanks in, right? The second they became a match engine to look at, it blew my mind for the first time. Like, these 2D dots walking around, I was just like, ooh, okay, that's a thing. Like, let's see how this one plays out. And then when they got the 3D match engine, I was like, oh, that's quite good fun. And again, I'm not watching it for the graphics. I'm not bothered. Like FIFA, if you want graphics, watch FIFA. That's fine. But for this, I don't think the graphics don't really add to the game. I think everything else is under the hood is the important thing with Football Manager. Personally, and this of course is my own personal opinion. For me, the graphics do not improve the experience of this game. For me, the experience of this game is the in-depth stuff we can do. So the tactical changes, the match engine, not the graphics. Take the graphics out of the match engine itself. You know, the media side of things, the training elements, the recruitment focus. All that for me is what I play the game for. The graphics are just graphics. Don't really matter. Like, I'm not bothered. If anything, I always used to say when HD TV came out, don't give me HD TV because it looks too perfect. Like, real life isn't perfect. So I don't need to see perfect graphics. I just need to have a game that works, that I enjoy, and we can have some fun with. And I think that's what we've got. I genuinely think that's what we've got. But you know what? You also can't please all the people all the time, and nor should you try. So again, as I say, that's just my thoughts. Right? That's just my thoughts. I might be right, I might be wrong. But as I say, it's just an opinion. If they took the 3D out of FM, I'd still play it. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like, to be fair, the 3D looks nice for streaming, right? So the people can see it, you know. Yes, F1 Manager looks fantastic. But the producers of F1 Manager have also today said they are not going to support F1 Manager anymore until the new release comes out. So there's your problem right there. If someone went wrong and SI went, well, we have to go and work on this new 3D engine for next year. See us all later. Everyone would kick off. And rightfully so, everyone would kick off. But they don't. They stick through it and they go, right, let's try and work this one out and get through it. You know, that's much better, isn't it? Walls, appreciate the follow. Thank you very much for that. F1 Manager was dull to view in a stream. Well, again, you know, I get that. Still something so haunting about Vincenzo Montella picking the ball in the 93rd minute for Roma when you're 1-0 up and watch a series of text strings appear. Yeah, exactly. Don't think people understand adding lots of animation to the match engine will ruin the experience. Yeah, you know, I don't think, but at the same time, I don't think it'll add much to the experience either. Fabinho Monster, you have Charisma. I do for now. He's leaving, sadly. He is leaving. But he's still got a lot of 20s. But yeah. Rate Charlie, the match engine. The graphics, sorry. I like the way SI are doing it. Small incremental increases. Changes. Yeah, exactly. Tiny little changes. Don't go too big. Don't have to do that. Just, you know, as I say, evolution, not revolution. Llama, very vocal about complaining about the graphics until I realised other people meant the graphics during a match and I just meant new gen faces. Yeah. You know, different thing again. I didn't really know what the kids meant when using the term graphics. Yeah, well, and again, you know what though, Kev? That's part of the thing as well. Sorry, Llama. Part of the thing as well. Some people do get mixed up with terms as well. You know? So, this is the thing. You know, you get people going, oh, you know, I mean this, but what the wider world means is this. So it's just a bit noisy, isn't it, at the minute? Just a bit noisy. Good save. But again though Nomadic, just to play devil's advocate here, if the new gen faces were better, would that make the game better? Do you know what I mean? Because we don't play with face packs over here, and I think I'm sure we had like someone last year come on the stream and it's like, you've not got face packs on, like, so how do you manage it? I'm like, who cares? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, who cares? For some people, it's a huge thing. It's a huge thing. And yes, they have got chilled moves. Yes, they do. They definitely do. Yeah, and she is brilliant. Good ball at the top. There's Diallo. Oh, puts it wide. Yes, I need to communicate new gen faces, a bit of a long explanation, but then from 2D to 3D, so like a model face and the match engine problem is meant to go backwards before they go forwards. Well, yeah, again, for me, I'm personally, I'm putting it on the list of, doesn't really bother me, you know. Yeah, like I can't see their faces in the match engine at this point. I'm not looking into their eyes, so it doesn't really matter. What I'm more concerned about is the fact that we've gone 1-0 down to Blackpool. Great ball over the top. There's Diallo. Offside. Jack, I have to have all my face packs and logos. But but the thing is, you've never had it before, though. You've never had it before because it was never there before. So, what did you do before then? Did they ever add stuff to the main game that wasn't in beta? Not necessarily. I think they tweak stuff, Lulu Buster, that maybe doesn't quite work the way they intended. Like some of the percentages are off or whatever. It's 2-0. Fuck. Little things like EFL scoreboard, TV graphics, like the experience, suppress that. It does add to the experience, exactly. But as I say, Surly, the game. We've played the game without all these things. Like, so does having them in there change the game drastically? Not really, no. Doesn't drastically change the game. It makes things a bit nicer, absolutely, but would I still play the game without them? Yes, 100%. Because I have for the last 30 years. And I'm not gonna suddenly stop playing because, you know, a new gen's face doesn't look right, or because the EFL scoreboard isn't there. I'm not going to suddenly throw my toys out the pram and be like, nope, not having it. You know, it's not how I do it personally. But some people might. Oh. This, however, this is the problem. This is the problem. Look, you know, 3-0 against Blackpool on CM93. There were no faces. There were 8 pictures of Premier League players in action. Yeah, and that was the backgrounds, wasn't it? That was the backgrounds. Tony Dorigo, Terry Phelan. There was Jason Dezelle as well, possibly. I'm sure there was an Ipswich player. Dalian Atkinson, possibly, for Villa. Yeah, you're right. You had nothing. Back in our day, you had nothing. And you could only play for 20 seasons and the game stopped after that. So, in the different leagues weren't a thing. They had to bring a different game out. Champ Manager Italia. You had to actually buy a brand new game to play the Italian leagues. Great finish. To be fair, I won't remember what the third goal... Kev. We won't remember what the guy who scored looked like who scored the third goal for Blackpool. We'll just remember that they did. Yeah. And again, yes, Sterling's got a good point. Yeah, it's not over yet. We could still lose by 4 or 5. That's the spirit, Surly. Champ Manager Tally was brilliant. It was so good. So good. The fact that's only our second shot of the game is worrying. I think it might be time for Jefferson, though. Where's Ross Stewart at? He's been injured. He's on the bench. He's been out for 7 weeks, but he's now back, so he's probably going to make a return. We did say that Luke 09 was basically sat waiting for another red card, didn't we? So there we go. Right. So remember, the first champ man says Exploding Carrot managed to take Exeter Division 3, the Premier League champions, 4-1. Oof. What was my first sacking? What in FM23 is that? We got sacked off Arsenal. It's a great free kick in fairness. We got sacked off Arsenal. Sometimes images do matter. Do you remember Ryan O'Brien, footballing god at Sunderland, long flowing hair like Roy of the Rovers? Yeah. I guess there is those moments, isn't it, when you've got the. See, I like the image in my head though. Float instructions. I mean, look, 4-1 down against Blackpool. This happens, doesn't it? This properly happens. Can up over the top. There's Diallo. Inside for Jefferson. Oh, it's offside. Gotta be kidding me. In fact, there you go, Dean. I think that's a bug actually. When you change something, it doesn't actually change on the bottom. If you change it with a target forward, and it's gone back to a poacher. But hey ho, that's one of those things, isn't it? Oh, five. I think it's more of a graphical bug, to be honest, Dean. I think someone must have already mentioned it, but when you change a role or whatever, and you then look on the screen at the bottom, it automatically defaults back to what it was previously. So I think that might be a thing, but I'm sure it's probably already been noted. I mean, this is really bad. 5-1's embarrassing more than anything. Also, I'm blaming Surly though for saying that it could easily have been. It could be 6 because 4 or 5 because he's right, you know. Sunderland's had Alex Bass in real life as one of your signings. They might have done, yeah, I think so. He is there, so yeah, I'd imagine that it was obviously done prior to the game launch, so he is in there. Yeah, this is a terrible result. 5-1 away from Blackpool, man. This is what everyone's gonna get pissed off about. Not happy with that. Great, we've been fined for not being able to control our players as well. We've imposed ourselves, that's fine. Yeah, not a great one, that one. Sacked in the morning, pal. We're not. we should, Rich. We should be sacked in the morning. That was a dreadful result. But I don't think we are. I think we might be able to survive for a little bit longer. So yeah, stable. Club are slightly disappointed. Fans are pleased though. Fans are alright in the minute. They're not on our backs just yet. Yeah, we're still in the stable category, so we're okay. The second we start slipping back into insecure, that's when we start to panic again. But there you go. We're in stable. We're stable. We're not out yet. But you know what? If they were going to sack us off the back of that result, I'd understand. I would understand. I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But thankfully, they haven't done it. So let's. New signings are in. It's gonna be fine. That's what we have to keep telling ourselves. It's gonna be fine. Surely it'll get better. Right. It will get better. possibly tomorrow evening, or maybe on Sunday. We shall see. I'm gonna go and hang over with Jebaru now. To be honest, he's streaming, so go and give him some love. And yeah, this has been fun. Appreciate everyone who's been out and hanging with us. So take it easy. We will see you all tomorrow or Sunday. All the best. Bye now.
Opposition structures. I'll have that. Thank you. I'm not going to put in that for that one. Oh, bloody hell. Raid after raid after raid. Mr.